Well, hello, everybody, to another episode of Friday Night Bricks. We are at episode 307, making that slow climb up to that 6-year mark, episode 312, which will be happening sometime in April. So it's coming. So tonight I am just going to be counting parts.
I just thought I'd come and see what you were doing.
Howdy.
Hello there. Larry, what are you working on?
I'm doing Castle.
Okay.
I'm on Castle collab.
Cool.
A lot of hours ahead of me for this one.
Yeah, lots of hours. I'm ahead of mine because I still don't. I think my other collaborators from my Chicago are getting smaller areas, or they're anticipating smaller areas. So I might be building a lot more than I originally had planned. So, because my third one is MIA, and then somebody asked what they want, but I don't know who they are because they're on my Discord, but they don't have their real name, so I don't know who they are. So they're going by Mel Torme, but I don't know who that is. So it's not a name I recognize. So, but yeah. So I'm just gonna be counting parts. I actually did find it's wild. I pulled a bunch of mixels out for one of the shows a while back, and I was like, gosh, where are my parts? I've been digging through my storage, finding more other parts, basic bricks and stuff. And so, of course, I did find what I was looking for, which is my curved railings. So I need those for around the edge of the new disco floors. So I'll be just doing that tonight. Not really going to be building much, just counting, sorting, stuff like that. So. Jesse, what are you working on tonight?
Dungeon map, 4 times bigger rooms, so we can battle in the Dungeons and Dragons set tonight.
You got some modifications done?
Yeah, I got a few. How I kind of do the simpler version of a battle arena room. I want to use the set, but if we have 5 players tonight, it might be a little crowded.
Right.
Even with 4, might be a little crowded. So I have the bedroom and 2 dungeon levels prepped for larger scale gameplay.
Cool.
We'll try to lean into the set as much as possible and avoid that, but I'm prepared as usual.
I mean, isn't most of the set above ground stuff, cavern, stuff like that? Isn't it mostly above ground? So it really doesn't have much of a dungeon per se, or I guess we'll find out. I guess you're right. I don't know. I guess from the
castle, there's a 3-level castle behind the inn.
Oh, okay.
So there's some rooms there to explore.
Not that above ground areas don't have issues. I mean, I think in the
I got that covered too. I got one of my green plates with the little grass.
In the old days of Ultima,
Put a couple trees on it, probably.
And that's an old game. The old Ultima, I think, had a lot of stuff going on in buildings too. That dates me too, because I remember that. I think I went to like Ultima 10 or something like that back in the day or something. I don't know. I think I played like the early versions and then stopped and other stuff. Or I got into Diablo and got pulled away. 200 of those. More than I've already recorded already. Yikes. Lots of snowy jail cells for people who want to take on the ice bears.
Oh boy.
200. 30, 40, 260. Oh, that's the 264 I have. Okay, so these other ones did not get counted in my numbers.
Yeah, so I've been working on these Jordan's Corners 2.0s.
I was thinking, Nikki, I think I went from, well, I was talking like buildings, like dungeons, some of the games, like I think Ultima had stuff in buildings. I remember seeing like a lot of stuff for that, but Diablo was one of the ones I went to at some point. So, yeah, Ultima goes back. Ultima was more of a, probably between the fantasy on the Commodore and like the Diablo. So it was the one in between, a little bit more walking around, a little bit better graphics. So I think in the Commodore, it's just a dot, walking, and then characters just standing for battle. And then Ultima, I think actually you had that's old school stuff. Old school. But Diablo, I played Diablo. I played the expansion for that. Went to Diablo 2. Playing lots of that. So 120, 141, 261. 1. Oh, those aren't counted either. Oh, so much stuff. All these got counted. They just got to end up in the. Maybe not. You counted everything. Okay, it's gonna be messy. Yes, that is going to be hey, Chris. Yes, a chill, relaxing evening. Everybody building. Probably going to need. A little something in the back. Yes, when we build, we aren't very. We lots of brick noises. Some talking. Oh, oop! That almost was dangerous. So that's how it goes. We do have a couple shows this weekend. I believe Nebraska Brick Days is going on. I believe also maybe Bricks Cascade. I saw Abner posting something out at Bricks Cascade, so I think we have a few big shows going on this weekend. So I would normally be at Nebraska Brick Days, but this year I'm taking a break. Yes, can you guys stop talking so much? Yeah, sorry, Mr. Hinkle. I guess you have to just draw us with like zipper mouths, on the next couple. There's lots of people watching.
Watch me read in a module, but I can't talk to you about it.
mean, but you don't want to give away all the secrets so people don't die? Man, that's terrible.
Dude.
I have not, Panda. I actually messaged him on Instagram. I have not heard from him. I do not know what's going on. Other than that social media post we saw last week, the week before, I have not. I heard something from a friend out Colorado talking about someone else. So I'm hoping whatever he was talking about is not true either, but not about Chop, about something else that was going on, somebody else that I haven't seen in many years. So I haven't heard from him. I'm hoping he's just kind of laying low these days. So I'm sure we'll hear from him at some point. It'd be nice to know too, kind of just for me, just to know what's kind of going on with our collab, if he's still getting some building done, all that good stuff. These here. Actually, and I have not called to leave him a voicemail. I have not heard. Does he have a chatty voicemail? I know Bricksmith would be pretty upset. I've been using a lot of pink, bright pink in some of my mills. I actually found a bunch of in my underneath the middle of the disco I'm using. I found some like 4 by 12 bricks. It must have been something that came in the old days of our when Lego Universe was getting rid of a bunch of stuff. So I had some big 4 by 12 or something bricks in there, and then a bunch of 1 by 4s to fill the holes. 4 by 12s. That's the next project. Large disco. No, I do. I'm not. This is stuff that I got in part of this must have been part of like a bulk built, a buy. Probably somebody had pink on their walls out somewhere, and I bought them. I just did another kind of a hold with somebody out west that has stuff in the AFOLs Facebook thing, pick a brick. So yeah, I'm sure they should have a refund coming here soon. I need some more stuff. And actually, since I couldn't find those elements, I actually was going to get more of those curved fence pieces. Well, the disco floor is clear. I mean, chances are it's all going to be. I mean, this year with the castle, I'm going to be using a lot more white mixed in, so that because they don't make a clear hinge, they don't make clear inverted bricks. So there's a lot of stuff that I need for the next version that Lego doesn't make in translucent. They're adding elements slowly. So it'll be probably a lot of clear. It might actually this one might actually have a lot of other translucent pink, blue, purple. Might have everything. I mean, I got this back here. I showed this last week. Got my early version of trying to build a badger head type kind of thing. I did have a front doorway. Just kind of hollow on the bottom. So that was with all because the trans purple plates I had on my lug bulk one year, the 1x2s. I think I have like 4,000 of those bad boys, which is not a lot. I can't drive that far. Yes. I have lots. I have the option. Actually, I was just digging in storage. I actually have a bunch of trying to organize a little bit, trying to find the stuff that that's sitting underneath my nose the whole time. And so I got a couple bins of translucent stuff. looking to see what I had. I think I grabbed, because I have been kind of slowly selling selling some of the jewels I had. I bought like a case of the neon yellow jewels back in the day when we could buy cases. That'd be forever ago. But these actually are the ones that are UV reactive. They're good, like in the Blacktron and stuff like that. I can't find my black one. Probably in my lighting pack. Hey, Chef T, welcome. Well, we don't know where his new place is yet. I know he's looking. Uber. There's a Blinky. Let's see who Blinky is. I just don't want to drive all the way up there. That's a drive. I mean, if I had something going on up there, I mean, I've been up there. He's gonna. I mean, he might. I mean, hopefully he'll find out. He'll recruit us for helping him move stuff at some point, I'm guessing. I'm sure, you know, if anybody wants to go to Texas at the end of June, I'm sure Hinkle will enjoy, you know, helping people.
Thanks for asking. Yeah, I have my hands on the Dungeons and Dragons set here. Nobody can get. Here's my scene for Critical Hit tonight, and yeah,
you've got the beginnings of quite the medieval city going on there, buddy.
Oh, thanks for asking. I mean, if you want me to tell you more, it is kind of the beginnings of a medieval city town, right? Town, maybe more of a town or castle goes well with the town square, what's it called? The music town square. Got the blacksmith shop there for some colorful roof.
Nice. You got the little forestman's hideout in the corner.
Forestman's hideout. The Gisto's magic shop. Got a fifth character, because we might have 5 playing tonight. Mel invited his brother.
Oh, really?
So we might have Big Bro joining the thing. And until then, we've got this show where characters like this pop in. And,
I don't know who he is. I don't know who that is. Do we know who he is?
He's got a cloak, and I think he cast disguise self.
Nice. Very nice, Kevin.
What are we doing?
What do you mean? What are we doing?
I was like, am I watching?
Well, thanks for asking, Kevin.
Nobody talking. Nobody.
Let's turn music on.
No, it's fine. I was sitting there listening. And I'm like, man, there's nobody here, and there's nobody talking, and nothing. We're all watching nothing.
It was another exciting Friday Night Bricks, right? I was feeling the same way, which is why I jumped on. But
See, great minds think alike.
But then Jesse started talking, so I'm like, all right, there's some entertainment there, so I'll hold off for now.
You guys not hear me?
I looked down I looked at my phone like 3 times because I thought it froze. There's like no movement. There's no voice. There's nothing.
Yeah. I
That's
guess
how we roll.
Saving my energy for the next couple hours.
Good for you. Good for you.
But if you want me to talk about this unreleased Dungeons and Dragons set,
far be it for me to stop you.
It's there. If you're not gonna ask me, then I'll save it for the adventure. Because
is it so as somebody who is a Dungeons and Dragons fan, is it cool, or like you're very top line? Do you like it, or is it lame?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. You approve?
I approve.
Okay. I mean, I saw the images because the major like pop culture stuff always transcends all my muted terms. And so I saw it and I'm like, I don't know, it looks okay, but I'm not like, I don't know the IP, and I'm like, I wonder if the folks that are into this like love it, or if they're just like, oh, I'm disappointed. Because it's hard for me to know without knowing enough. Like, oh, that's a cool dragon, that's a cool house.
For me, the Dungeon Master's perspective.
Yeah, of course.
It's all about like these 12 pages that came with it.
Oh, really?
Right?
And I would say new art for an artist. There's some cool art in here.
Oh, sure. I believe it.
Partnering with Wizards of the Coast, and this being an official adventure module that comes with it. I couldn't wait to read it, see what story is going to queue up our gameplay tonight.
That's cool.
And whatever magic items or story behind it, it's packed. It's full.
Was that free, or did you have to use points or something for that?
So,
how did you get it?
The digital version of this book will be a free download with the set.
Okay.
You can print it out, read it digitally, whatever. If you want the physical copy, you can spend insider points. And
Sounds like exposure bucks. No, go on.
Yeah. Use your exposure buck, whatever that is. Use your bucks. Yep. And you can get the hard copy, physical copy. Got like the player character and all the stats, right? The character sheet, and it's got a bunch of information for the DM.
I saw the owl bear which I only know because you asked me to draw one time, and I was like, "Oh, I recognize that thing. I know what that thing is. That is an owl bear."
Yeah. So here's Lego version of Owlbear.
There it is. Look at it.
Yeah, there's
Cool.
You know what that kind of Reed? You know what that looks like? That looks like one of the Lego Universe pets. Once upon a time.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's where they got it from.
I saw this really interesting YouTube like documentary. It was like it's like a YouTube channel that is dedicated to analyzing failed games in history and like what went wrong. And Lego Universe was on their thing for the week. Like, we're gonna talk about Lego Universe. Like, oh, here we go. We're diving in.
That was a big. Well, I mean, they probably should have done it like they're doing for the Lego Fortnite, where the game is free, but you're paying for other stuff like skins and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I put a little bit of money into it. I'm not forking over like anything like Lego Universe, like the monthly stuff.
Yeah, you're the only person I know that enjoys it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I mean, not that I have a lot of Lego people I talk to these days, but you're the only person that says they enjoy Lego Fortnite.
Huh.
I don't know. I mean, it's decent. I mean, I was in there a little bit before we started because I started a new world.
I keep hearing that it's just a lack of content. Like, people are like, all right, I did it, and I'm done. And I'm
they've got content, but I think the new content they're adding, you gotta pay for it. So like, and then of course it's buggy. So it's not like it's just like any other PC game that's ever been on the market. It's buggier than sin at the beginning when they add stuff because they don't test it enough.
Because they rush
So
it.
They added it. Well, one of them. They added like a beach set you could buy, and they added a burger joint. And it sounds like both those work, but they added the castle one and a bunch of the extra things, extra little decorations that you could put in there you couldn't interact with and stuff. So it's buggy. So we actually, I mean, I have it. So I mean, I'm probably one of the few people that actually has it actually in my able to build with, because I bought it like the night it came out, and then they pulled it right away because it was buggy. I think then they put it back out, and then they realized there's bugs. They pulled it, so it's been back and forth a little bit. But they're adding some of the content.
Before? Had you played it before?
No, I mean, Haley was talking about it when I was still kind of doing a lot of the Minecraft. I didn't jump in right away, and then like a couple weeks later, like, okay, I'll jump in and see what it's like. And I played Ingrid, one of the people that watches our show. Like, she's got a world, and so I play in her world, and I play in my world.
I definitely would have lost if Reed playing Fortnite in the year of our Lord 2024 was anywhere on my bingo card. I would have lost that one.
Yeah, just but yeah. So basically, it's one of those things where it's cool. I mean, now they're adding a couple of features next week. That's what everybody's been waiting on: the ability to steer the stuff that your movement stuff. Because otherwise, in Minecraft you can't steer either. But I mean, you at least have rails and you can make stuff. But here, to fly and whatnot, you need to be able to steer stuff. And so they're adding some things to that'll help. Hopefully, that'll be bug free.
I think you can use your microphone as a scoop. It'll help scoop the parts out of the.
Oh, that's got to be Larry. Yeah. or Blinky. Blinky's might be making noise too.
With the muted microphone.
Yeah, it's really loud when I mute it, so I'll have to be more careful when I'm muting.
I miss these times.
I couldn't tell if he
really. What's wrong with you?
If only there was a symbol that showed that.
It showed it, but I mean, I couldn't. But
know?
How would I? If I look down, I mean, after I hear the noise, if I'm not looking down as I'm hearing the noise,
Wait, did I hear also, Reed? Did I hear that you're celebrating a 1-year anniversary soon?
Happy 1 year.
Happy 6 years. Yeah. And then after our discussion last week, I'll probably be doing a little bit of a push after that. That was kind of hinted at in the description tonight.
Nice.
So we'll do that a little bit.
Hype.
Hype,
a little hype going.
Hype the subscriber push. subscriber hunt. I'm going to pull out. I'm going to have to find a. Maybe I'll have to have Nick build me a nice rifle with a scope on it. With like the word subscriber just through the edge of the scope, so I can go on the subscriber hunt.
I don't know where this story's going. I want to get my Lego brick built assault rifle so I can walk around and shoot
Hunt down
myself.
subscribers.
I'm like, what? But then
This
again,
sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
yeah,
I got to find them first.
The more I say it, I'm like, actually, Reed, if you did this, you'd probably you get a lot of views.
Okay, I'll work on that. Add that to my many
To the list.
things I'm working on.
Did you do your taxes, Reed?
I did.
Oh, good for you.
I did so that I can buy more Lego bricks.
Reed word.
Come on, isn't that what it's for? Well, that or a computer, one of the two.
You should get a computer. Your computer's on fire and it's 30 years old. Like, you got.
Oh no, it's not that old.
I feel like we already determined it was.
You just think it's that old.
Didn't we determine it was?
The components range from 5 to 40 years old. That's perfectly fine.
It's,
No, nothing in there is that old. Now the Commodore sitting next to it, now that is probably 40 years old. But that might actually probably run smoother than what I'm using here. So I just would have to be changing floppies every like 20 minutes or so to
change those
kinda-
floppies.
Yeah, you got to change the floppies to give me more RAM and stuff. So
I see. Do your taxes, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm doing my taxes.
Are you really?
No.
Nice. Oh, I was asking if you'd done your taxes.
Oh, have I? No, I have not. That is to be done.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already going to be April in
Yeah.
a week, a little bit more than a week.
It's probably on my to-do list here this next week.
Always
It's a very
July.
taxing process.
Always
There it
July.
is.
It's usually pretty easy for me.
I rest my case.
Yeah, I miss my days of cruising in with the W4 and being done. It's like, all right,
Right.
I'm done. I'm out. See you later. 30 minutes.
oh,
What's
yeah,
a W4?
I don't remember. I don't speak taxes. That's the one you fill out when you start, right? That's when you start working, you fill out a W4.
I only know the W2.
Taxes. I rest my case.
It's I rest my case. Come on, Kevin.
That took me too long to
Wow.
understand that. I'm not a fan of that. I think I heard it, Kevin. It hurts so good. Interesting. What happened this week, Reed? You have any fun adventures delivering stuff?
Bowling center.
Bowling center stories? I'm on the edge of my seat, man.
well, we did bowl good enough to where it's position round this next Wednesday, and we are, I think, a half a point in the lead. So I
Nice.
think winner of the position round wins the try, and hopefully the loser gets the wild card. I hope is what we're hoping for. So I bowled okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. He didn't. It's position round tonight in the other league, but he didn't ask me to bowl, so I'm guessing whole team is there. So that should be good. So I don't have to show up for that. Other than that, delivering. Well, we got snow today. I mean, it made it more of an interesting drive this morning, but
Yeah, the temperatures plummeted here. We're 20 degrees most of the day.
it was pretty cold here. And yeah, we got snow. It started snowing last night. So I think when I went to bed, it was on the grass, and then I woke up, it was on the street. And It just makes driving more interesting. You know?
What's Larry building? Larry's building an empire.
Larry's building
Jason.
a castle. Larry is building a castle.
That's affirmative.
Larry's building a lasting legacy.
Yeah, I'm doing 3
Larry's
stories
building-
of this section of the castle.
It's either a castle or a new, really big dice tower.
Need to move my camera. So right now I'm just working on the structural supports, the Jordan's corners.
You're Larry.
I know. I'm doing Jordan's work for him.
Are you sick, Larry?
I am sick,
Okay, you're giving off the sick energy.
dude. I've
The
been.
Synergy.
You're giving off the
I've
sick-
been. I had a full-on man cold the last 2 days.
Oh, that's awful.
What's a man cold?
Not drinking enough
Well-
beer, obviously.
Given that you don't know what that is, Kevin, that's very telling. Very telling.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that too. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Never heard of a man cold?
I had a man cold.
That's not anything like what this. People describe man colds as a cold that men get that like wipe them out and turn them into big babies
Yeah, that's how it
because
is.
they're so bad
Other-
now.
Other
What?
people call them colds.
Yes, other people call them colds, but see, I get sick about once a year, but when I do, it's like dialed up to 11. But this one was weird, man. I took some NyQuil last night, and you know the little liquid caps, right?
Yeah.
And you know how those things will make you feel real fuzzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling like more than fuzzy. I'm feeling like I'm like it wrecked my equilibrium.
Go on.
It's
What's
weird.
more fuzzy?
I thought you
More-
said
more
fuzzy.
fuzzy.
I'm like, this is not sounding like a man cold at all.
No, fuzzy. Like I feel like I walk around drunk, except without all the good parts of being drunk. It's just all out of balance. It's weird. It's like the drug itself just is hanging on, and I'm like, this ain't cool because I haven't had any medicine in about 24 hours outside of like ibuprofen, and
I mean, it
Yeah.
kind of sounds miserable.
I've been better.
That's why you're so quiet.
Yes, that's why.
See, it's just that's all it takes here in Friday Night Bricks. You can one link in the chain is all it takes, and then we just get silence. When one person goes down, it's just like, well, that's the end, folks. No content this week.
This is the end. My only friend. The end. Come on, where's my Doors fans out there?
It's the end of the stream as we know it.
There you go. That's even better.
All right, everyone, remember to hit that like button, smash that.
Because Larry's not fine.
Be sure to unsubscribe.
If you want more man cold,
Yes, that's a hangover.
If you want more man cold, if you are interested in more man cold. Oh man. I like how Reed puts my chat up, instantly removes it when he notices it's from
So you should be very happy that you've tricked Reed into posting your chat. So success to you.
Success.
What? I'm just putting up chat. I mean, you want me to chat to just leave it up there? Oh, you got to say something good to have it left up there for a while. I mean, come on.
You can't say you guys got to say something good when you guys said nothing until I got on the stream.
right?
You've been
Well, he
quiet.
wasn't saying anything bad, right?
Only chat going
I mean-
on for a while
I mean-
there.
It's fine. Whatever. It's your show. Do whatever you want.
That's what I was wrong with.
It's like, I mean, well, it's moving a mile a minute. I'm trying to actually do what I'm working on. And so,
Would you guys slow down on the chat? We can't keep
Really?
up.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
I
Did-
totally
did-
missed that John K is here. John K is in my lug. John K is the head of our Castle collab.
Yeah, that came through a while
Hi,
ago.
John.
Yes.
Sorry. I was
Yeah, keep up, chick, Larry.
Reed, Arena's irritated. That
I know. It's
is
like we're getting
gold.
lots of activity in the chat. It's like booming. It's like, oh, what is going on? I can't keep up with this.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to do this activity that I could have done not live, but because I chose to do it live. This is part of the entertainment.
Wow. Just wow.
Look how much. I mean, this is some pretty solid evidence here, Larry. You're sick, and then it just falls to pieces.
I know.
Well, that's because he's usually, you know, he's not always building, so he's sometimes working the chat too. So usually all three of us aren't working on stuff all at the same time.
They fall to pieces.
That's what's keeping up for a while right there.
Feel well enough to stay.
I wouldn't say you were bullying on chat.
What's that, Jesse?
Bully chat? No, chat deserves to be
well
bullied
enough to
at all
stay up and
times.
play D&D.
Oh,
I'm gonna muscle through as best I can. I'm on the uptick, so to speak.
Worst case, his character will die off early.
I was gonna, come up with a contingency plan. It's like a little code I could text you. Jesse, kill me now. I gotta go to bed.
Kill me now.
That would be the time when the dungeon master rolls a critical fail, and actually you kill him by accident.
That's KMN, so it'll be come in. Right? Kill me now, come in now.
Yep.
Nikki's commenting about your shirt, Jesse. What shirt you got there?
Well, this is a Kevin Hinkle shirt, of course.
Look at
Oh
that.
wait, what? Hold
That's
on.
the dragon.
That is the dragon from the end of Inktober.
Yep.
Nice.
I showed off that book today in an interview.
There's the KH thing right there.
There's
Right,
the evidence. That's
right
the
by
evidence.
your nipple.
Right where I want it. I went into my local mall, which is pretty dead, but that's besides the point. But I went to my local mall, and they have like one of those little print shops where you can go in and request any type of custom anything on the planet, and they'll print it or do whatever, vinyl decals, apparel. But they had a graphic design job open, and I was like, hey, I like money. Can I talk to you about? So I was interviewing for it, and then one of the security guards at the mall came into that store to talk to the owner, and he sees me, and he's like, yo, were you at Kineticon? And I was like, yes, I was. And he's like, man, this guy's stuff is sick.
How much did you pay this guy to show up randomly?
I swear it was free. And but what helped me in the interview is I was like, oh, did you buy something for me? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, it wasn't sick enough, was it?
So
And
that's why I'm here for a
everybody-
job interview.
Everybody got a laugh, and then I was like, oh, the manager was like, I like that guy. He's funny. It's like, yeah, see, to hire him. But that was real. He said that he had gone to our local show in Hartford, and he saw my stuff there 2 years ago. Yep, that was me. I was there.
Cool.
Can confirm.
It would have been funnier if he went even farther into your past and had known you from like your previous plastic days.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
make
out
that
of the
story
realm.
funnier next time, Kevin. That wasn't funny enough.
You're right. Lord, what am I doing?
No, I just think it'd be it was good. I just think to me that would have been kind of more. I don't just whatever. It was a good story. I just I was thinking that's where it was headed, but yeah.
That's because you have a one-track mind, Reed.
I do. I have all these crazy yellow bricks I'm trying to count here and working the chat at the same time.
You need to get a new computer.
I just need a robot that's just going to work the chat. So I don't have to work with my hand. My mouse is just going to automatically I'll get a bot for that. I'll see if there's a chat
Coming
bot out there.
soon to Friday Night Bricks, all AI program.
Oh, nice. Sick.
As long as the AI is not doing the drawing, because nothing will ever be as good as Kevin's drawing. So we got to make sure.
Hey, Flattery will get you
If
everywhere.
Those options are checked off. No drawing. No.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, that's what I was told. So
Am I gonna? I'm not planning to. I might go in the future. I'd like to go back. I like that show a lot. But after I don't have any inventory right now. I have nothing to sell.
I got friends in Gettysburg.
But I did see that they moved to Gettysburg, and I was like, man, if I was still totally in the game and not planning a major cross-country move, I'd probably do it. I'd probably give it a shot. And I'll keep my eyes open for what they do, 2025 and beyond. It's a good group of people, and the show's been really successful in the past. It just kind of lost a little bit of that luster last year for some reason. At least for my sales, it did. Has anyone seen the new Ghostbusters movie yet?
I have.
Was it good?
Of course you did. Did you see it today?
I press screened it on Tuesday.
Oh, you did.
You press screen it? You're a press?
Boy, you get everything early, Jesse.
Yeah, it was everything early week for me. I have a friend who just puts in a lottery for free tickets because can't sell out the whole theater, all the press. It's probably a good 6 rows that they reserve.
Oh, that's cool. So you're there with all, it's a
put your name in
full-
the hat, and then you got to show up early so you make sure you get a seat. And then so I went Tuesday. It was easy to watch, funny movie.
Was it like Ted Koppel or Carson Daly next to you?
In Minnesota? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Did they bust?
Red
Cece's
carpet.
like, did they bust ghosts? Did they bust ghosts in that movie?
They bust some ghosts. There's some ghost traps. There's some ghosts and ghost bustering.
Sweet.
Ghostbustering.
I don't want to spoil it, right?
No,
There's
that's good.
other stuff. Classic characters, new characters. I liked it.
My son wants to see it. My 10-year-old.
It's definitely worth a watch.
Cool. Yeah, I think maybe if I wasn't under the weather, I was going to try and get out and watch it.
No, you're done. You're grounded.
I am grounded. I grounded myself. Dude, I don't even know if I could drive at this point. I'm so loopy.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
I assume Nikki's seen it already.
Ghosts and more ghosts. Good. Checks out.
Bill Murray's in it, yeah.
I do want to see Dune 2 though. That's the other one. Or Dune Part 2, I should say.
Is there going to be another one? Or did they finish it? It's
Great
just 1 and
question.
2.
Anyone who's seen it, can you answer that question? I mean, honestly, I watched. I went back and watched the
OG?
2 previous Dune movies, and it seems like they're right in the middle of the old version. So it does seem like they're only going to be 2, but you never know.
Right.
Because,
Makes
Harry
enough
Harry
money.
Potter happened, and there was 8 movies out of 7 books.
If enough money occurs.
Right.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thanks, Kevin.
And 2.
Put that down. It's dirty.
Take off, get my own stream rolling here.
Is it already that time? Wow.
Oh my gosh, 10 minutes.
So, if anybody wants to check us out, play Dungeons and Dragons with the new Lego set, Red Dragon's Tale. We'll be over on Jesse's Brick Galaxy, and we've got 4 or 5 invited players. So I'm going to go over there, see who shows up, and we'll get things rolling.
See ya.
See ya. I'm going to keep counting my yellow round bricks.
Nikki is out.
Later.
I'm gonna split too. I gotta go get some.
Hey Haley,
Some
how'd the
chicken.
museum go today? Did it go good?
Larry is out.
I'm out. See you later, guys.
Have fun, Larry. Hope you feel better.
Thanks, man.
Hope you don't die too early.
I hope you're
Might not be a bad thing. Bye.
See ya.
I don't know. I guess it depends on how hot his dice are, I guess. Oh, there's Haley.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Haley.
There we go.
Yet. Haley Bricks. Short yet pointless.
Oh, hey, Kevin, what's up?
Oh, you know. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
There you go.
How are you?
Good. Hope everyone's having a good day.
Oh, you know it.
Of course, it's Friday.
That helps.
Yep.
Well, Chris, if you got a good clip, you could always send a link to scoop_shovel at yahoo.com and I'll post it in here.
Yeah, you should do that.
We especially if it's laugh worthy, yeah,
Got to get them social media reels, highlights. You want to be a star, don't you?
A star? What's a star? Is it a fleeting star, shooting star?
Some kind of star.
Yeah, stop.
A YouTube star. A Mr. Beast.
Those are hard.
I haven't talked to you in forever, Haley.
I know, right?
I think it's literally been years. How's life?
It's going.
It does do that. It, as they say, finds a way.
It's going. Too many projects, not enough time.
That's also.
Kevin, can you see that a little bit more like, Ian Malcolm?
No, probably not.
Oh my God.
Not even gonna try.
No, I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Kevin, are you still up in Connecticut?
I am until the last week of June.
Oh, you finally moving to Texas?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Yepers. So April is kind of when I set my time to start like really aggressively looking for a place down there. I didn't want to do it too early because there's not really any point in that.
Yeah.
Especially if I find a place I like. I'm looking at just an apartment just to rent something.
There you
go. And I don't want to like something and then it's like, great, well, you have to pay us 3 months worth of holding fees to keep it for you. And it's like, I don't need to be paying 2 rents while I'm waiting around. So it's like,
there you
go.
Cheese on top. I'm recording it. I don't know. I'll go back and watch it. I mean, actually, the way the brackets are going right now, I don't think I want to watch it. I think it could be actually tier worthy. You know.
What are you talking? You talking sports bowl?
Apparently.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The
apparently
NCAA tournament has started, and so I did one bracket. I did one bracket for the men and one bracket for the women. In the men's bracket, I had one section. I think I made one mistake in it. I think that's in the West or something. Or the one section has got one mistake, and the rest are like, where is it? Midwest. Midwest. I've got one mistake. The rest are all just cluster or whatever, just a mess. So,
Bunny Brick says, Kevin, are you doing Lego again? Nah.
No, he's not.
I got too bored and I had to join in here and help.
Well, but the music was on. Why was it boring, Kevin?
I know. I should have been entertained.
But I mean, the thing is, though, if I die, he'll get Hope Castle.
I do want to say.
Let's not sidetrack Reed here.
Reed, I do want to tell you, credit where it is due, positive encouragement and all that. The audio levels of the music are actually almost perfect. Usually, it's like crazy loud and I can't hear anything.
No, I mean, it could even be softer. Is it?
No, it's good. I'm not being sarcastic. I know it's hard to tell sometimes.
No, it's good. It's not too loud or it's not too distracting. It's perfect.
Yeah. I was trying to play with it earlier to make sure I had it right.
Yeah, there's definitely been times where you're like, I'm just gonna put a little Just some
I'm the-
background
I'm-
music.
I
It's
am
just like the loudest thing in the whole stream.
I'm the gateway drug to Lego. Okay.
You
I
are?
wouldn't say it's perfect.
Zizu. Hope those fifth graders are treating you well.
We're older than fifth graders.
That's true.
Hmm.
Haley, I assume you're still in the same spot.
Yep.
Geographically.
I know. I keep looking at places to move further up north, though.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, but I like being by the water, but I don't like
Sure. Hurricanes? Floods?
the hurricanes.
I'll just
floods,
randomly keep saying things.
and then all the excess insurance you have to get
Oh, that's
That's
something
just-
I wouldn't think about. Yeah.
skyrocketed.
As long as you don't live in California.
There you go. That's the trick.
Are
Yeah.
Are you still thinking of going out towards Austin?
Yeah, I mean that's where my family is, so
There you go.
that's where everybody is. And if I can't get into Austin because of price or whatever, I'll just get as close as I can. Maybe a Round Rock, maybe Pflugerville. I don't know, but it's not the end of the world.
Shoot, Round Rock's nice. The new Broncos area is nice.
Yeah, it's true.
Um,
You've always been ostentatious.
I know.
yeah, there's a lot of great surrounding little towns.
I gotta go and see. I gotta see Ted. I haven't seen Ted in years,
Oh,
and
yes.
years and years.
Yeah, he's at the Woodland store down
You
here.
need to take a road trip.
Yep. Shoot.
It'd be crazy. I honestly can't believe I've lived in Connecticut for over a decade, let alone almost 12 years. What are we doing?
You're gonna come down here and melt.
What is happening?
You just come to, up north and truly melt. Be a snowman.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say the Austin area is actually kind of nice compared to where I'm at the coast, where you get all that humidity.
Yeah.
Out there you get that dry heat, so it's actually heat wise it was nice the last time I was out there.
And it'll be really good for the kids. It's like they've spent so many years, holidays just not being around family.
Yeah.
And we have such a big family. It's just like an endless supply of cousins, and it's just, it is ridiculous. So it's been, not that there was never like a desire, but it's just, you're going to either be stuck on the road driving, 4 or 5 days out of a week-long trip, or paying thousands of dollars for like plane tickets and stuff. It's just not feasible.
There you go.
So the last time we visited was 2004.
Ooh.
No, when my son was 4, not 2004. Was when my son was 4. So that was 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 6 years ago.
Still long.
It's been a super long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Are you still taking non-Lego commissions?
Yeah. Sometimes, so this is a secret between you and me and the internet. Sometimes I take Lego commissions if I know the person really well. I don't mind.
Wow.
But it's like if it's somebody that I've literally never spoken to and they're like, "Hey, I got your name," and it's like, "Nah, I don't know you, so no."
right.
But it's like people I actually know.
I'm gonna send you a message then.
I actually just did one for Mel.
Mhm.
He wanted like a Lego Masters police badge,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got you. You're fine."
So you would design a sig fig for me, perhaps. Perhaps.
I would say I know you well enough to perhaps bend the rules.
Are you still taking Mega Box requests?
Oh, always.
Yeah, because I have a project, and I think you're the only one I would trust to do it correctly.
That's what I like to hear.
And I think I asked you about it a long time ago. I finally got around to like, okay, it's built. This is
Did Haley say the brothel area? She said New Braunfels.
Brownfields, but it could be a brothel. You never know. They're kind of, especially you get on the river down there.
And all of us Austin kids when we were growing up, all of us knew New Braunfels because that's where Schlitterbahn is.
Schlitterbahn.
Are you just
Giant
talking
water
gibberish, Kevin?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it sounds like.
Schlitterbahn. Where you go float down the river.
McSlontle because of Schlitterbahn.
Schmergen. So, Schlitterbahn is actually, it's like considered one of the best water parks in the U.S., which is kind of wild. I didn't think it was that great when I was a kid, but it was like, that was the park we all go to. We all go there.
Yep.
And then I saw it on the Travel Channel. It was like top 10 water parks of it. And it was like, Schlitterbahn was like number 2. It's like, what?
Wow.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we go to Schlitterbahn.
Schmergen.
I was gonna say we have a boatload of them up north of us, up in the Dells area.
Water parks?
What? Yeah, we'll actually have the world's tallest water slide at one of the parks here.
Are you a big water park fan, Reed?
No, not now. I was when I was a kid too. No. I mean, there's one of the routes that goes through there. I mean, he was joking with one of the new guys. Yeah, we'll send you up there, but we'll wait until spring or summer. I'm like, yeah, don't make sure he's driving if you're gonna send him up there for the first time. Not too much to look at.
I see.
No, not during the spring and summer.
Summer, nothing up there. Winter's probably better. I mean, I used to go up there for like the go-kart tracks, stuff like that. I mean, I actually probably, I do my voices. Probably the guy that actually probably got me doing that was there was a guy that did sounds and stuff, and I can't think of his name at the top of my head, but
which of your voices got you to do this?
No, I always enjoyed one of the guys that could do sounds. He did the Great Duck Hunt. I mean, so he could make the sounds of like.
Oh, like make sound effects like with his mouth.
Oh, Les. Oh God, no! Oh, now you almost gave me the name.
Les Paul.
No. Make you upset, you know.
Get all mad. Just trying to help you. You're going down a path we can't follow.
I think it's Wes Harrison. I think Mr. Sound Effects. Yeah. He did. He did. The one and only Mr. Sound Effects. He had a stage show up there, and I saw that when I was a kid. But it was pretty cool. You got
stage show at Schlitterbahn.
Great Duck Hunt.
Reed, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you were a little boy, what did you want to do when you grew up for a job? What was your dream job? What was little Reed's dream job?
I think that was it. I wanted to be a dreamer, but I don't think dreamers actually got paid. So
really, how did you come up with that? I want to be a dreamer.
Actually, what? To tell you the truth, I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe
actually, well, I enjoyed probably boring, like accountant or maybe architect. I mean, obviously I did enjoy drafting in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, that's what's so funny is I designed a game years ago, and I have no idea where it went. I mean, it was something I had that, I've done some neat stuff. I mean, I programmed. I probably wanted to be a programmer, but I think right as we were finishing high school, that was when the big thing was going around that they were saying all the programmers were going crazy, and I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to do that. Okay.
What? All the programmers were going crazy?
Yeah, I don't know. Back in the 80s, I don't know.
Dogs and cats living together.
Well,
area.
This program does not compute.
So yeah, I mean, because I knew BASIC when I was in middle school, so I had fun. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I said I'm a dreamer. I mean, I didn't apply myself very well, but I mean, I had fun. I had lots of fun.
What's one of your dreams? As a dreamer.
Dreamer.
Any dream doesn't matter.
Back. Well, I mean, I do a lot of sketches and stuff. So basically, I think at one point I wanted to design this is before laptops came out, a computer that would actually have a monitors on each side, and then you could, because my parents had like a swivel table, you could have it sit there. You could swivel around. You could each play on a side, and kind of like Battleship, but computer type thing. So it'd be if you could. Yeah. That was what I'm back to design. I mean,
you wanted to like invent stuff.
The choofer.
Inventa.
And be like an inventor.
Inventa.
That's cool. I think that's neat. I think this is interesting conversation.
I
mean, if we were on the other channel, we would be listening to characters slay monsters. So you take your pick. You listen to, you get humor and conversation,
thought-provoking
here,
conversation.
They're probably stuck in a corner and they can't get past this one monster. It'll take them a while.
Yeah, see? See?
they can't figure out how to open the door in the tavern.
They don't want a Mr. Wizard with them.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we sent off.
Yeah,
we
both the
finally-
wizards are here tonight. Myself or the sorcerer, right?
Ooh, wizards.
Sorcerer Blinky. Was it sorcerer or what were you? Or, I know I was a wizard straight up. Were you a wizard? Because you did a couple dual classes. So, what was your last one? Was it a
Both of my spellcasters were wizards.
wizards? Okay.
You can sit there and say you were in a forest.
Yes, Johnny G, you nailed it. That's what I wanted to be. You might want to. You'll laugh, but one of my earliest books I wrote when I was young was about a millionaire rabbit. So yeah, as a thing. So yeah, you nailed it right on the head, Johnny G. You got it. And actually, that book is sitting on one of my shelves out in storage. I keep coming across it. It's got.
Why are we not partnering together and bringing this to reality?
Probably because I wrote it when I was younger. I don't know if it would. Well, I guess it would be a good children's book.
You gotta revitalize it. You gotta probably give it a fresh set of eyes.
Okay. I just stumbled across it the other day. It's wild. I keep coming across it because it's something that it probably came up in a box of just stuff. I went through looking for the stuff for like when I was pulling up the Commodore, and it would have been back in my nostalgia boxes of stuff. So. Yep. Can't remember his name though, but he was a millionaire rabbit. I think it was. But, yeah.
Mr. Hoppy Bucks.
No, I mean he probably had more of a normal name. I probably wouldn't have been that good. I was good, but I wasn't that good.
But now you have hindsight. We can make the greatest thing the world has ever seen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I took drafting in class. I know I didn't get a passing grade on my house because I built it in like the shape of like an H. And he's like, you got too much exposed wall space. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Your people are dying. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Your house you're cool. It'd be like a, all the glass buildings nowadays probably cooling. Healy, what are you building there? It looks good.
I'm rebuilding the White House.
Oh.
Actually, I never built this, so I'm helping fix this. We went to go put it in the case for the museum, and it just went. So.
Oh, it shattered.
Yeah. I think the West Wing got wiped out. And
Did it hit the floor and make the same sound as a pick-a-brick box hitting the floor in a Lego store?
no, sadly, it just went. Just a nice, little pile of bricks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Who wants to be a billionaire? That was fantastic, Panda.
That is actually fantastic. You taking notes, Reed?
Yes,
Take that as a no.
I put it up there. I put it up there before too. Put it up again. Sounds like it was good enough to be up there for an extended period of time.
So
No, it's good enough both once to be mentioned. It's not good enough to be up there longer, Reed.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Jesus. Oh man.
You probably have the power too. You could always pull it down if you don't like it.
The power.
I have the power.
That drafting class was in 1985, 86, somewhere there. So, I mean, that was before the days of computers. So, it probably
that was on that blue paper, correct? Drafting paper.
Yeah. Use the big drafting tables. What Kevin would use for like his drawing table, about the same kind of nice angle and all that nice stuff. Pretty good stuff. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was fun. I mean, back in the days when you actually use a ruler a lot more than people probably use it now. So, Reed is sorting yellow. They're all yellow. I'm not sorting. I am counting. I count my stuff.
Buy a scale.
I have scales. I just
Well, then use a scale.
I don't. They're not here. They're out in storage because they're with all my stuff for when we do lug bulk. So.
Or go get them.
I mean, if you if you already have scales, if you
Why are you counting those by hand?
if you already have the means,
I like to count by hand. Okay, can I count by hand?
You
I'm
don't
trying
have. You are not strapped for time like most of us builders are.
No, I do not have a wife. I do not have kids. I only have a mom upstairs who, as you saw earlier, was on here, and I actually kind of muted it.
Mama Castle.
Mama Castle was down for a little bit. No, but I mean, this will. So when I sort this is pink and purple. So this will need, sorting 1x1s, 1x4s.
Look at me yelling, Mom, I want the ice cream.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I'm just saying, I
interesting
shouldn't
that,
probably count these by hand. Then I probably should maybe.
I think it's interesting that you already have the equipment needed to save yourself a ton of time, and you've chosen not to use it.
But I like to count parts. Let me see.
Hey, you do you, man. I'll support you no matter what.
So
I'll ridicule you for it, but you do you. That's fine.
you do what you want.
You can ridicule me. It's I'm just. It's
It's
just,
just
I'm adding to the 374,000
It's-
items that I've counted on BrickLink already. So
It's just interesting.
It's just an inefficiency, in my opinion, that I would not want to take the time to do. I'd rather be building or sorting. So, just my opinion.
Well, normally that's probably the case. If I'm out in storage where I have an endless supply of brick, I would probably be using a scale. But I'm here. I don't build very well here because the new castles and stuff won't probably be built like in the old scales, the old style with like molds and stuff. So the new one, I want to build all that out there. So like I show pictures on my phone. I've got 3 or 4 projects sitting on my build table out in storage, and that's that's where everything is. Like I said, Kevin's seen it. Hinkle has seen my collection when it was in the apartment.
Yeah, that was forever ago.
Imagine, having an open room, probably 2 or 3 times the size of the living room, dining room, and just kind of stretched out. That's what I have now. And it's just, I got brick on every wall, and I just, basically where I'm building, I can just turn and grab parts. It's like, where the hell did I get all this stuff? And it's just, I build in a way that I do buy stuff, but I'm not worried about buying.
You got too much
basic bricks. It's just tons. I think it's from the days of like the grab bags. I got 1x2 bricks that are just, I'm like, where did I get all these 1x2s? Because I only bought yellow for the crane and red for the building, and the other 1x2s I didn't, other than clear, I didn't buy, from the wall. They just would have come in somehow like within like grab bags, because at 1x4s, 1x2s, just it's insane.
You got too much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, I should say you have too much that you don't actively use at all.
That's the lug bulk stuff.
Then why do you order it? Why do you?
Because I haven't come across using it yet.
Oh,
I need to spend more time up in the land of Green Bay and learn from the great arborist Blinky up there, so he can show me how to utilize more of my greenery to build really awesome trees.
That's a perfect example of getting it just because it's there and not because you need it. Because if you've got years worth of lug bulk that you've literally not touched or used, and it was just spending money just to spend it, buying it just to buy it. Because
some of it, back in Colorado, we had Jeremy, who was a Technic guru, so you'd buy stuff thinking you'd use it, and some of it I have, not all of it, So it's one of those things where you have it, some stuff you use, some stuff you don't, or perfect example, just like all the sets I have. I buy it faster than I can use it, or I can find an application for it. Whereas like I bought sets faster than I could build them, I'm buying parts faster than I can find an application to use them, But that's why I always have clear on there, because I know I'll figure out. The clear from last year, I haven't rebuilt the castle yet, so I haven't used them yet. They will get used in the current new design. It's just, that's the thing, is some gets used, some doesn't. So it's kind of one of those things where it just depends. But yeah, but I buy, the shrubbery, the limbs and stuff. Yeah, I buy them because I don't have that color. I'll buy a little bit. But this year, Lug Bulky 85 elements in the order. I mean, I think I only ordered 15 or 20 different elements this year. I didn't really order that many. I mean, because some of the stuff I actually had had before, or some of the elements were more pricey than I anticipated, so I couldn't buy as much, and so it's just Jeremy went to the West Coast, so because people have moved out of our lug. I mean, Jeremy moved west, Jason moved east. Mark, who's been in here, Denmark, he moved out east. I mean, we've had Chris Henry. He moved south,
up.
He moved southeast. I moved here. I moved northeast. I mean, it's, I mean, I enjoyed Colorado. I definitely miss it.
How long were you there?
99 to 18. So what, 18 years, something like that. So,
Man, a long time.
yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, if I wouldn't have been stuck in that dead end job at the end and the landlord wasn't selling the condo, I mean, everything kind of fell into place. That kind of,
That's what everyone says.
well, I mean, I have friends I still deal with, that I still talk to out there. I just, it would have been just a little bit more fun to be out there. I mean, I also had a friend here that I had been talking to for decades that kind of freaked out on social media and
Was that Butt Chop?
No.
Was it the friend?
It was. His name has come up times before.
Okay.
In our conversation.
Oh, Sands.
No.
Reading you like a book.
Kevin knows who I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I keep saying
Other Kevin. Hinkle knows who I'm talking about.
No, Jacob, Paul, Henry. We'll go through all the names. Let's go.
I think you just passed it. It was in there already. You already said it.
Has to be John.
Huh?
John.
Yeah, there you go. Bing, ding, 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 ding. You
Don't
know
know who
Brian.
John is.
John was the guy
That's
that
part of stream lore around here.
John was the
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, John was the one that got me back into the hobby. He was the one.
Wait.
Who said, hey,
Is he the guy that does all the town stuff?
yeah, the guy that should be doing all the talent stuff. Yes, that's him.
You lost Jeremy.
Nice.
We
You
need
should
to
go with
know
him.
what
That'd be
happened to
awesome.
Jeremy.
Huh?
Who's Jeremy?
I'm just
Jeremy's
reading.
a book
these-
member.
What reads like what?
What's going on here?
That was the most dejected, confused
Johnny.
sigh I've ever. What?
That reminds me of was it one of the Die Hard movies? And
What?
also, well, when he screams, he's like, "Mom, I'm in my, whatever." And she
That
screams
it's
out.
part of the Friday Night Bricks experience is that someone has to say something every couple minutes. Everyone else is so lost, and they're like, "What?
What?
Well,
What?"
It is common.
I was gonna say, I mean, it was in one of the comedies too, where somebody, said, "Mom."
Pretty sure you're talking about Mr. and Mrs. Smith, not Die Hard.
Oh no, but the other, it was Die Hard 2, where the one guy was where they was in the one guy's house, and I think he screamed at somebody upstairs too, or something. But no, he says, "I can't believe you brought your dad to my command center," and Bruce Willis goes, "Ha ha ha! Command center? You're in a basement."
Oh, that was Kevin Smith. Yeah, that was number 4.
Yeah, the one where they tried to crash the whole system. Yeah. The fire sale. We'd hope we'd never ever see it. In real life.
Johnny G. Hi, Johnny G. No, it's I guess it just says White House. There you go. Not
It's
D,
just
not A.
the White House. It's just White House.
White House.
The White House. The White House.
It's pretty though. I like that it has the West Wing and the East Wing this time.
Yeah, because the first one was just the center building, right? I think so. Yeah. I didn't buy many. I think I bought a couple of them for parts, like the UN Center. I bought for some of the trans blue plates.
I believe if this was mine, I would have ripped it out for the dark green plates.
Oh. Mhm. Not every group charges
Every single one
what?
asks for money. It's all hustles.
It's all a scam.
All scam?
It's okay. You're not actually. You're just buying a starter kit, and then
Exactly.
you will resell other memberships to other people, and it all funnels
In
up.
another $300, you'll be able to be a full member.
Yeah.
I must have bribed somebody with Lego bricks. I can't remember paying.
You didn't bribe anybody. You're still sitting on a mountain of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the Lego Smaug.
Cool.
Yeah,
I probably look like him sometimes too.
it's okay.
Yeah, when you have flames coming out of your nose.
Oh yeah. If we
It's okay,
show up,
right
you're
now.
gonna be sleeping on all the Lego boxes.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And if you hear the rustling, you're like, who dares come against my
One
crew?
eye pops open.
Chester be on guard. So
Well, Chris,
Hopefully
Chris,
not.
membership fees is just it's such a small little fee compared to
yeah, lug ball.
some of the other benefits. Yeah, because you gotta think of for official lug. You have to have a website. That costs money to get a domain name and
Yeah.
all. Then you gotta, like club banners for when you're at show. Got little business cards,
Stanchions, all that stuff.
stanchions, club tables.
Actually, a couple of the shows we went to used to pay the lug, and so that was always good. So you'd actually get paid to go, and then that money went towards like the website and everything else. So
Who pays love?
There's a lot of
one of the train shows we used to go to in Denver paid us.
That was a money-making scheme.
That's cool.
Eh?
No, actually, two of the shows actually paid us,
I wish shows paid us.
but we never paid. We're the ones that said, well, you got to pay this. I'm like, yeah, we don't. That's so. It's, the train show and the hobby expo were two of the shows that paid us. But the hobby expo, well, just like I think perfect example is, some of the shows, they don't charge you for your space, and that might be payment.
I think if you're not selling something and you are adding to the overall experience of a thing, whatever that thing is, whether it's a convention, an anime con, pop culture train, doesn't matter, library. I think if you're not selling and you're adding value to an event, you should absolutely not be paying to be there. Absolutely not. And I think, if in an ideal world, if it is like a for-profit thing, there should be some kind of compensation. You're literally a draw. You're pulling people in.
Yeah.
Um,
And we're talking about it, advertising it.
There's a show. There is actually an event. There's not many, but there is an event in Boston, Anime Boston. It's a very large pop culture event. And at that show, it is insane how much of a cash grab it is. You buy a vendor table to sell, which is already like $1,000 to sell for the three. And then it does not include passes for you to actually be at the event to run your booth. So it's like you have to also add on. It's like one of the only shows that does this. You have to add on a ticket. So I'm like, so I don't know what the assumption is, right? You book the table and just it's all self-checkout. But it's like you have to also buy badges to get in and run it.
You're already paying for the table. If the badges should be included,
and they are in most events, like most events they are. I don't know why. Maybe it's because their size. Well, it's because their size. They can get away with it because it's a massive show. That's like you think you're just trying to get more money.
Money.
Lame.
Well, I mean, Chris does make out a point. I mean, if it's on the outside and you can see that it's off-brand, that might be where. I mean, I guess it depends on the show. I mean, for the any of the bigger conventions, yeah, you probably don't want to do that. I mean, if it's smaller things, maybe like a library.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna promote competitors of Lego.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to promote that. So be it.
yeah. Just kind of, yeah. So I mean, well, and that's kind of thing. That's why they're called Lego user groups, is because it's Lego. So
That is true.
That's why it's called a lug. So I mean, there's probably other groups out there that are not Lego user groups that probably do all that stuff. It's just
There probably is.
train groups and some of the others that probably don't care what you're using. I mean, because it's a train group, so stuff like that. Probably just because our size. You'd have to ask people in probably Russia. That's Russian. That's the Russians. Well, actually, Eastern Front and Western Front back in the war, but
Back in the wartime.
yeah, World War II. Then like the Eastern for Russia, be Eastern.
Well, I'm
Front.
sure like Ireland and the UK probably use East Coast, West Coast.
If you've got multiple
Not
codes,
that many countries have coasts on both sides.
yeah.
Like Spain would be West Coast and South Coast, right? Or is that France? I think it's.
I want to join a bug.
Nice.
Brick user group. There you go.
You control the action. Make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, there are other companies out there. I mean, Bricklock buys a boatload of the blue bricks over in Europe for his stuff. I mean, they're in terms of what, if you think of Lego, I mean, the modular piece count for a Lego modular versus a blue bricks is, like apples and oranges. I mean, it's night and day. I mean, it's the blue bricks ones will have a couple thousand for the same price as the, double the size of parts for the blue bricks versus the Lego one. To each his own. I mean, any you do whatever you want to do in your own house too, for sure. I mean, we all have whatever, but we all use. I mean, I use aftermarket weapons and stuff like that. So.
It's
Something
just the shows
about something I don't know. Something strikes me as funny where it's like you can do whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. It's just.
I know you just said that, and I'm like, you can really do what you want. It's just some of the activities are sponsored by Lego with getting support brick or other stuff. It used to be that Lego actually supported the cons as well, which I think they still do in some respects, but not to the level.
Yeah.
So
Based
it's kind
on
of
the
like
size.
Lego supporting it, and you're coming with off-brand brick. That's where it's like, well, that's not what.
Yeah, it makes sense.
it's
It makes
for.
sense. Totally makes sense.
But like library shows or things like that, who cares?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could. I mean, there's that final. So, Reed, am I going to buy the D&D
Get
set?
into
Well,
the
right.
specifics and whether it's lug or not or that stuff. But I'm just saying that it's different when it's a Lego. When Lego's got some sort of sponsorship with it or involved with
Yeah,
it. So,
for sure, and that's fair.
yes. In the privacy
Totally
of your home, you can do what you want.
It was really funny though. It was like, well, we're not gonna judge you on what you do inside your own home. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still behind on some of the sets. I mean, I'd like to get it.
You can murder people if you don't get caught.
That's true too. I could steal all of Kevin's castle figs too, but I'd probably get killed in the process.
You think I would kill you over my castle figs?
Maybe.
Do you build sets, Reed?
Sometimes. What did I build? I built something. Sometimes. I don't know. I built sets.
I mean, I don't pay super close attention, but I feel like I don't recall you doing that very often.
Yeah, because I actually have the newer spaceship right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
didn't you build like a dump truck or a garbage truck or something in the past couple months? I see that.
I won the new
Maybe
garbage.
I-
I won the new garbage truck in the one of the white elephants we did at one point in one of the meetings. But no, well, I built the lava dragon. I built because it was in parts in a bag, and so I built that and found my green dragons today digging through one of my bins. That was quite cool. They were missing in action at the last show.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be upset about Reed stealing my castle figures, but I wouldn't kill him over it.
Yeah, probably a little. Yeah.
I built the roses. The roses are upstairs.
Maybe maim or like cut off an arm or something. But I'm not gonna
He'd
kill
take
him.
off my bowling arm, so I'd be be upset. Probably be crying before I even get out of the house. I built the rose set, the dozen roses. I built those. They're upstairs, sitting on my mom's table. I don't know if I don't even Mama Castle's even noticed that they're up there on the table, but grabbed a real vase and put them in there. So I built that a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah, that D&D set's a nice way to buy $60 minifigures. Because I want the 6 minifigures, but I don't really need the set.
I mean, now, do you think they'll have some of those elements from some of those characters in the bricks and pieces at some point, or not?
Those are licensed. They will not have those showing up at bricks and pieces. There may be 1 or 2 pieces that randomly show up, but I don't expect them to. I'm going to have to buy those figures or parts off Bricklink, which is going to be expensive. But the Lego or the D&D CMFs look phenomenal. So, much better than I expected.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, they definitely have lots of good characters in there. So
No, they look phenomenal.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I
Put some
Again,
respect on that name.
Kidding, Reed. That's just my opinion.
no, yeah, and to me, were they still where I could army build? I mean, some of those I might try to army build a little bit, but
Well, the thing is, with the new set, I will use all of the figures, so I'm fine with getting multiples of the entire set that I've never done before.
My favorite thing, and it still remains to this day. I love when I listen to AFOLs talk about a set that they don't like, right? So let's set the bar. They don't like it, and then they'll end the argument with like, "I'm only going to buy one of it." I always, and I mean, and I still hear it to this day, but I always find it funny when it's like, "Well, I was gonna buy 4, but now I'm gonna buy 1." It's like, okay, all right.
Like the more that we talk about, the more we talk ourselves into it, or it's out of how many copies we're going to get.
No, it's so bad I'm only buying 1, not I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't because the whole you vote with your wallet, and it's like yeah, I mean, it's a greater loss in profit if you're selling 1 versus 4. But like the moral of the story is you don't like something, you don't buy it, but like everyone just buys it anyway and then complains anyway. And it's like so you're feeding the beast anyway. So it's not like it doesn't really matter. But it's
I'm
just
gonna
like
buy it, but I'm not going to be happy about buying it.
I'm not going to be
buy
happy
it.
and I'm only going to get 1. And I'm only going to buy it on the second day of release, not the first day of release. It's like, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
I
I would buy more if I could tell what's in it. So if we have good barcodes, I mean, I'll buy more. I mean,
I'd rather have the mill raid or the new village. I would not be showing that.
Why?
Ooh.
You mean is it something that's not totally out there?
I had not seen it
Are
until someone
those
shared it with me.
customs or something?
Yeah, you're fine. No one's gonna do nothing.
All right.
I thought
We
they
only
were-
have 100
anyway.
We only have 165 subscribers and we're not monetized. So
Nobody watches this.
I
Anyway.
thought they were customs or something.
we have our regulars that love us to death, and and then we love them back. So
That's right.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I'm happier that the the Market Village that just came out is not licensed because I want those torsos in quantity more than I want the Lego D&D torsos. And like I said, I'm fine paying $5 for multiples of those minifigures. That's what I'm going to pay anyways. So if I could buy a full set or a box that has 3 sets in it and get 3 copies of the figs, that's awesome because I don't plan to army build much of any of those figures. There might be a couple of specific ones that I want, but it's not like the market where I want 20 of those Wolfpack torsos. I want the purple torsos. I want a lot of the peasant torsos. So I'd much rather see the Market Village parts show up on Bricks and Pieces than the D&D parts. So again, those 6 minifigures are really cool, but I think there's only one of them. I think the Halfling is the only one I can think of that I could see buy a decent number of. I really hope those are legit because that's what I'm excited about.
Well, yeah, I found it out on wherever I found it.
That's where you found it.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta be real. No one's gonna go through the effort of putting together the whole spreadsheet.
No, that never happens.
Well,
I mean, does it really? Like, I'm not kidding.
Well,
like, I don't think I've ever seen a fake person.
Yes.
They're all over Instagram.
Really?
They're all
trying to
over
get all the fake
social media.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess those muted terms are working. All right, that's good.
We don't have the community team isn't stopping stuff as well as the Great Hinkle did back in the day. So.
Oh, community team never stopped anything. That's legal.
Yeah, get it right, Reed.
Legal did it, and then community team had to pick up the mess after it.
I think the only ones they
I mean,
really
it does
know
show part number.
are the people that they.
Brickset doesn't pull up the part number, but it does have a part number on the sheet.
Oh, I can go for some beef logs right now.
Some beef logs?
Delicious.
Beef box?
What's a beef log?
Mr. Hinkle, have you ever watched Space Coast to Coast?
It's been so long, but I did. I watched it back in the Toonami days.
One of my favorite shows ever.
I don't remember anything except I have like almost no memory. I watched the whole thing, but I have like no memories from that.
I've seen some of those so many times. It is one of the heights of comedy, in my opinion.
You know, Kevin, with you coming down here, that means you get to go to Buc-ee's all the time.
That's true. That is true.
Moltar.
Yeah,
Brack.
Moltar, Zorak.
Moltar, Zorak.
And Brack was dumb. I remember that. And then he had his own show. Then there was a whole Brack show.
He did, which wasn't nearly as good.
I remember.
So I started off
like,
liking Cartoon Planet, and then once I started watching Coast to Coast, I realized that's a far better show. And I think the Brack show had 1 or 2 episodes that were amusing, but it was Coast to Coast is where it was at.
Coast to Coast with Daphne Blake.
Coast to Coast is where it's
so many people in our chat are dual watching both this one and Critical Bricks. If so, what's happening over there?
Let's see.
Wait, are you asking for updates for the competitive stream, Reed? Do it.
Do we need to start taking?
Why don't
Do
you check
we
out
need to start taking bets on who's gonna
die first?
Die first, yeah.
Well, since Larry's impaired, I'm gonna say probably Larry's character is probably gonna.
Since Larry's impaired,
it's not like he's gonna roll dice poorly because he's sick.
Well,
you better not
maybe
be Zissou.
I mean, it's you can dual watch. Actually, somebody in the Haley, wasn't somebody in the post show last night watching something you did and talking to us at the same time? It's good. You can multitask. Hey, I'm multitasking. I'm trying to put up the chat and count my bricks at the same time. I'm not doing very good at it. But
that's still one of my favorite moments from tonight. Is like, guys, I can't do the chat. I'm trying to do it. It's like you're live streaming. That's the whole point.
I thought I had co-hosts, but I guess I'm overpaying them. I guess I don't know, or underpaying them. I don't
How much
know.
do they make?
I was gonna say, what are you paying them? I'm not getting
How much do
paid.
they make?
Well, they all got really nice shirts
I-
that would hopefully be growing the channel, but I don't think they wear them enough. I think everybody thinks they're just a Brick World only shirt.
So if we like do the math, it's like you get one shirt per 5-year run.
yeah, they're getting like probably
Exactly.
like probably 50 cents an episode, probably something like that.
I think that's generous.
I
Maybe.
was gonna say, if I'm getting a nickel an hour, that would be a lot.
You're getting
I'll
paid.
pay you a nickel an hour.
Remember, we only went 2 hours for most of the streams for the last year because we did D&D on for like 40
You've been on for a year. Congratulations, Freed. Happy birthday.
High porns.
I think I want to mute that guy.
Oh.
Let's see here. I was just gonna figure out the math here real quick. Let's see here. 22.
Let's do the math.
I think it was like 15 for
Figure that meth out.
37. How long we have the shirts? At least is it 2 years? Has it been 2 years, Kevin? Do you remember, or was it 1 year? I think it was just 1 year, wasn't it? It's probably like let's see, like.
I don't remember exactly when.
Okay, 50 cents is about right. So I put it up.
You guys should be better. You should be better entertainers. You've made
Okay,
50
so you're
cents.
saying that everything
I
before
think
that was just free?
Yeah. Well, I got you guys the red shirts too, but those weren't as
Years
good,
ago,
So it was like
I believe I've been on this stream at least 4 years because I was on before episode 100, and you've already hit episode 300. So
yeah.
you're saying that everything before that was just free labor?
And
again,
yeah. Well, before I gave you guys shirts, yeah. So the purple shirt, probably about 70 episodes or so, about 50 cents an episode. For getting the shirt.
70 episodes? What are you talking about?
Well, I figure how long we have the shirt. How long? Huh?
How many episodes have there been?
Do I have to explain this in simple logic
I'm
here?
trying to explain it in simple terms to you. How many episodes have there been, Reed?
306.
And how many of those episodes have I been on approximately?
I don't know. How many have you been on?
Approximately between 150 and 200.
Okay.
So just because you sent the shirt 70 episodes ago doesn't mean it's only for those 70 episodes.
That's it.
That's what I'm getting at.
I think
Okay. Did you get a red?
You know what?
Were you one of the ones that got a red shirt or just the purple shirt?
Just the purple shirt. I'm a mere purple shirt. I'm not even a red shirt.
At this point, you've definitely
It's not
earned
like I even
at
get in
least.
the episode. I'm a workhorse shirt.
You need at least a hoodie at this point.
Well, no, I'm not accepting any more gifts because apparently that's committing me to work here under that
No more
payment
gifts.
in quotation marks that I never agreed to.
I love it.
He just wanted the shirt, but he didn't want to do anything for the shirt. That sounds like normal. That sounds like the youth of today. I want to get paid, but I don't want to have to do a damn thing for it.
It's like the flashback to you just being like, "Oh, thank you for this gift, Reed." It's like I don't know what I'm committing myself to.
Well,
I'll be careful from now on.
Yeah, don't accept any gifts.
Sounds good.
Return to sender.
Reed, you're like
any more gifts.
You're like a vampire. You can only come in if we let you in when you knock on the door. If you accept the gift, you've locked yourself into a lifetime of servitude.
Yes, exactly. If you invite him over the threshold.
Now I know. Now
Reed,
I know.
what does it say on your hat?
Hold on.
I'm not wearing a hat.
I said, Reed.
I'm
what
fine
does
with
it
that
say on
50
your hat?
cents per episode.
It says it's the company I work for.
Oh, it
No,
almost looked like Zoo from a pixelated distance.
Home of Bucky Badger cheese. Notice it's got the old W, which technically we own the copyright for, and that's why
You
the
know what?
Badgers have the motion W.
It was. I'll admit, Reed. It was a time back at Brick World, hanging out, World of Lights, music playing. You got the cooler with the like bottled Mexican Coca-Cola and the cheese curds. That was the vibe. That was the time.
I'm hoping that day eventually will come back as Kevin, the legendary artist. Maybe he'll come back and
Maybe
draw people.
it depends. I mean, a lot of it really depends on how well the Pro Gamers Guide booth does this year.
Oh, so he'll have a booth this year for that?
Yeah, Brian's got a full booth already aligned for the books, and he's got a building mosaic activity for the kids.
Cool.
He asked me, he's like, would you be willing to go? And I said, if it does successful enough, tell me and I'll consider it for 2025. But it would only be, it's because, it makes sense to go to the booth that's selling the books that we both made together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an experiment. But yeah, it's approved. It's there. It's happening.
That's good.
So we shall see.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to hear back. I mean, I think, as far as I know, I'm still doing my activity that I'm known for, but I haven't heard much about that. So.
What is that?
The activity that I know.
The yard sale. The yard sale.
I forgot you're in charge of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
I forgot about that.
I am the yard sale coordinator.
Is there going to be lots of drama again?
Hopefully not. I'm hoping if everything goes as well as I would love it to go, hopefully I would sell enough so I don't have to sell there, so I can just manage.
You're in charge of it.
Well, I mean, if everything stays the same and we don't have any significant changes, and he goes with the map from last year, and everything is done, and the spots are sold weeks in advance, then there's nothing.
There are a lot of how much
they kept selling seats. They kept selling spots up until hours before the activity, and so I was trying to do maps and pass out stuff. If I have it, if they're all sold and all I have to do is pass out spots, everybody knows where they're going ahead of time. All I have to do is check people in as they're coming in. Say, "Yep, you're going here." Oh, you got. Yep, only you. This other person, they can sit with your stuff here. You can come get it. Nobody, it's one of those things where, I mean, if it's one of those things where it happens in advance.
I was curious as to how much power since you're in charge of it, it's what do you get to dictate? What is the breadth of your power?
I need to talk to Mark about that. I mean, it's one of those things where
he hasn't gotten the taser yet.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I need to get that. But it's one of those things where, generally there's people that have been helping. The one person who runs the auction was there, and he tried to get some order at the beginning. Problem was, like I said, because it was an activity that I couldn't be ready for. I couldn't have any really big future planning for, because I didn't get the information until hours before the event, and so I had to do everything last minute on site. It was harder to do. It been something,
sounds like a nightmare. Chris McBricker says, "What's the topic of your book? It is a children's book for kids that want to grow up and be YouTubers when they grow up."
Get a better dream.
Which is every child on the planet. But yeah, it's a book series for kids, and they will at Chicago. They will have the second book too. So they'll have Pro Gamers Guide to Healthy Habits and Pro Gamers Guide to Making Friends. So yeah, the first book is about making healthier choices in terms of exercise and bathing and drinking water, and then the second book is about making friends.
Water and friends. Oh boy.
We were supposed to have friends doing this stuff. Oh, man.
Oh, Kevin says what I'm thinking. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there into the ecosystem. Because it's funny because I was sitting there listening when I was like, "Is there going to be drama?" And you're like, "Well, if it's going to be the way I want it," I'm like, "Aren't you in charge of it? Isn't it by definition going to be the way you want it?"
Well, the thing is, though, just like anything else, yes, it's my activity. But if Mark says he wants to change something at the last minute, it's his show. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, I'm just the one that's volunteering to kind of help.
You're just the figurehead.
I'm the figure. I'm the one that basically gets to say anything, but whether or not Mark will follow through with what I say, that's.
You're the John Cusack of the show.
Like Reed, I'm just volunteering.
We had issues with a few vendors last year with that event, and so it was one of those things where I would love to have the clout to basically say this is what's going to happen if you don't follow what I say. But that's just like anything else. I mean, anybody can say what they want to say, but will somebody follow through? So.
Don't make Reed angry. Watch out.
I mean, and it was one of those things. The problem is it's just like I said, streamlining and just saying, you know what, hey, and that's why I had a whole list. I don't know if he sent it out or not. I mean, the list was like, put your stuff on a cart, cover it up, and so basically, everything.
Refer to me as your highness.
Everything that happened in the hallway shouldn't have happened because if people had done the suggestions that I had put forth, whether or not Mark passed that out is anybody's guess. But had they followed those, then you wouldn't have had that because you'd be like, oh no, I got it. Just come into the yard sale, you'll see what I got, and that's what I did. I just covered it up, so I didn't have anybody freaking trying to do anything until I got in there. But it's I mean, you only had half a table. People they basically almost brought their whole collection. To be like me taking, 2 full carts of stuff and expecting to try and cram it onto a 6-foot table. I used ingenuity to figure out how I could use what I had to get on a 6-foot table and have it organized. And that's kind of what you needed to figure out how to do. And it was one of those things where people just had stuff on the floor and everything else. So, I mean, I had one person that had like 6 helpers.
Are you? I'm gonna change the. Oh, never mind.
All hell, dark hell.
He's busy. Stand by. Red 5 standing by.
Yep.
I want to change the topic real quick, Reed. Are
Go for it.
you? I know you were, because of the pandemic, they were no longer allowing you to go to the hospitals and make donations to the hospitals. Is that still a rule that you can't do that anymore, or have you started doing that again?
I did one. I think I did one. I did one. I did one since then. I had done one since then. I did my donation last year. I took it to the Omaha, so I went to the Children's Hospital in Omaha for when I was at Brick Days last year.
Yeah.
So. That's fine. Good to know.
Mama Reed.
Oh, the
No
bad
ice cream?
playing.
No ice cream tonight?
Actually, I don't know. My sister said they were buying ice cream when they went shopping the other day. I don't know if they did or not. I didn't go look in the freezer. I did not look to see.
Because as your friend, Reedward, that's Reed's full name, Reedward. The times that I have seen you the most happiest in your life is when you've done stuff with kids in like the hospitals and stuff.
Yeah.
You should do some more of it. I think it lifts your spirits and I think it fills your heart with joy.
What? We don't get grumpy Reed?
I mean, hey, I love a good grumpy read every now and then. It's highly entertaining. But
that's why Kevin comes and joins the stream every week, so he can pull that grumpy read out.
But just in general, because I remember we were talking about it, and with the pandemic stuff, they were not letting you donate stuff.
Yeah. That was one of those things that was kind of a tough thing. Yeah. But.
It's not like you don't have a lot of. Not like you don't have things you.
Well, you know what's wild is it's the poly bag assortment doesn't increase like it used to. I used to see a lot more on sale. So the ones I'm digging into now are more and more becoming the ones that have a lot more value than just the $4 or $5 to them and stuff like that. So, but I mean, I have lots of them that I still pull out of and stuff, and I have lots of mixels, and so I have stuff. I mean, I find stuff every time I go digging. I'm like, oh wow, I still have those wristbands. I have those extra kits and stuff, and
yeah,
I mean, I got a whole box for Kevin to take to him in Milwaukee here in about 3 weeks.
Gotta find
Are
all the
kids
dots.
hanging around?
Huh?
Gotta find all the dots.
Yeah, well, I did. That's what Kevin's getting. Kevin, I think I have like 40 bags for him. So
what are you drinking, Reed?
I'm drinking Kickstarter.
Kickstarter the drink?
Kickstarter the
Oh, Kickstart.
Kickstart.
I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting brand choice.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew
Kickstart your
Kickstart.
day with Dew. Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah,
see.
I mean, I've done. And I heard something. I'm not gonna say on the live portion. I heard something
Ooh.
that I mean, I'm
Is it spicy?
possibly worried about somebody that
Uh-oh.
was related to one of the kids that I had seen at the hospital. So,
Oh, that's not good.
so that's that. Somebody messaged me out of the blue yesterday, and I was like, wow, okay. And I tried reaching out in the ways I could, and have not heard a response back. So I
Sure.
don't know what's going on with that. So that's kind of
That's
not
rough.
a good thing, not a good thing. So, but that's kind of thing is, I haven't really. Actually, the one I'd love to talk to, and I haven't reached out via Facebook. I did find the mom on Facebook. Just is the one up in Green Bay that Maggie that I built that was part of the Clover of Hope. And I haven't been able to take. I don't think I've been up there to the Bay Beach show with that actual portion of that castle since I'd done that module, because Bay Beach had been, that's one of the shows Kevin goes to, but it's one of those ones that it's been so close to July 4th for me. If it's that week, I can't, because if we have off the 4th, I have to work that weekend. I have to work that Saturday. So I think this year it's going to work. I need to make sure I take off that Friday and come up there. I'm sure Kevin would love to see me up close and personal.
I would.
Who wouldn't?
So, well, it's a good show. It's a really good show. It's up at the Bay Beach Amusement Park up in Green Bay. It's awesome. It's an awesome show. I love going there. It's a good show. So, and I get to see my pal Kevin more than just at Brick World, Milwaukee, or Chicago. So.
But driving
Excuse
Kevin
me.
from the airport with Kevin holding on to the ocean bar for dear life.
Oh, you're talking about this one here.
Yeah.
This Kevin that actually that him and Paul closed the sliding door on my van over my
Over your iron?
over my iron I had for basic training in the Air Force. And yeah, I was like, what is that noise? And I finally pulled over a little bit too late, and I'm like, oh, that's the cord to the iron. Well, I don't know where the rest of it is. Oh,
I don't know where the iron went, but that wasn't me.
I don't know where
That
the
was not
plug-in
me.
went, but yeah.
I
okay,
am
that must have been-
self-aware enough to know that was not me.
must have been Paul. I don't know.
I was in the front anyway. Didn't I get shotgun?
Maybe.
I always get shotgun. I was in the front.
In the death seat? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I mean, we thought we were gonna die.
I was a cable guy, and I'm a very good driver. I don't know why they thought
I didn't know cable guy made you like a professional race car driver.
driver.
I just remember retelling the story. They're like, yeah, apparently I was a bad driver or something, but they were just over here like hugging.
Oh,
hugging the
now I
safety
remember.
bars.
Now I remember. It's because we were driving and it was at night and it was raining,
Oh,
and you were
that's
going
good.
super fast, and you were a pro. You were a pro, but like you
all-wheel
were
drive.
like merging quickly in between. Like you weren't waiting for no. And I was like, oh my god, we're gonna die. Like because we like Paul and our sphincters were real tight, Reed. We were like, what is happening?
I probably felt that my all-wheel drive with fresh tires was, something.
I remember there was one
Is
moment.
that bad? Let me.
I'm remembering there was one moment when you were talking, and I mean you were pretty animated during you were saying that you were hand gesturing, and you were looking over at me, and we could see that there was a stopped van in front of us, and I'm like, we're gonna slam into this van, and you were going, and like at that exact moment, you didn't miss a beat though. Like we were like within a few feet of that thing, and you immediately had merged over like to the left, and you went around it, and you weren't even looking forward. And I like looked back at Paul, and we had like the death eye lock, and I was like, we almost hit that van. And he was like all teeth, and he was like, holy hell, dude. I was like, yeah, I don't know how we're gonna make this.
Well, cheese on top. If they're having a bad game, they're having a bad game. I mean, that's possible. I mean, they need literally with the season they had, they need to play flawless basketball to be able to beat just about anybody. So, and
you talking sports ball again?
There's two halves. There's two halves to every game. Just like my dad would say, "Hey, it's a long game. Anything can happen. Just chill out." Because I'd be like Kevin's story there, where I'd be texting my dad, freaking out, and he'd be like, "It's a long game. Just chill. Just take a deep breath."
I have to get going. I got to put my
Kevin.
son to bed.
Later, Kevin.
Have a
By
wonderful
this,
evening.
by Marinsky. By
Kevin.
Marinky.
I threw an S.
Bye.
in there.
Haley,
See ya.
sorry to interrupt on your discussions.
Sounds
Oh,
interesting.
Bye,
Fare thee
Mr.
well.
Hinkle.
Fare thee well.
And you have what, 7 days left on your doodle book?
8. I think we're gonna go into 8 days
8
left.
days. So we'll get one more stream in before that.
I
And
think
it's what,
2.
$30 for the book 2 and $60 to get them both.
Right. Yep. Correct.
So get those orders in. You're at 70%.
73%. We're so close. So close.
So close.
Very good.
So close I can touch it.
So
Bless.
goodbye, all in the
Bless.
chat. It has been a pleasure.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, those of you that aren't in the chat. It's been a pleasure.
Everybody's leaving.
No, just Kevin is leaving.
And
Neil is
Chris
still here.
McBricker is
You
leaving.
say that with such disdain, Reed. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
What did I say?
Bye.
What did I say? I said Kevin's leaving. Kevin's the only one leaving. Was it?
Have fun
Did I-
storming the
did I add something to
castle.
that? So, and then there were 3.
Are you motorizing your White House? I want this White House to spring up like a mechanical spider.
Right? No, I have to bring a battery box tomorrow. But some of the batteries, I guess I forgot there was batteries in some of these boxes, and they've all incinerated. So I was trying to.
Oh,
find
they
a
like
good
corroded and stuff in
one.
there?
Yeah.
Gross.
So most of them I think are okay. One of them I'm kind of sad about right now because this is an expensive one.
And that one's bad?
It's not too bad. I think I can clean it up better. I cleaned it up a little bit, but it did want to flip on,
No.
so I'm gonna have to go back.
Which is that? Is that one of the newer ones? One of the new powered up?
These are the ones that are in like the big Technic ones.
Oh.
These are the expensive ones.
Do you have any did you ever get any of the rechargeable ones that were from the power function stuff? Did you
Oh
ever
yeah.
get-
Yeah, I have those. They're in the closet. I even got my 9-volt controllers over here too.
Oh yeah, yep.
Vintage.
Vintage stuff. Yeah.
Trying to get all the power stuff nice and organized.
I might have to order some new S brakes at some point. I think I might have killed one in the boat race last year at Chicago.
Killed it.
Well, my mast for my ship was not high enough. So it,
Just
it
get
might have got a
some
little wet.
Flex Seal. They'll solve
That'll do
everything.
it.
What?
Flex Seal.
Flex you. Well, you know what? I might as well join the other Kevin.
Okay. Go put your kid to bed, Maybe
Yeah,
get,
it's about that time. We're getting that time.
get that bedtime early this week compared to last week. All right.
What time? It's Friday. What are you talking about?
I know. It was nice talking with you guys, though.
Hey, I'll type that name in that I was worried about in the private chat for you.
Ooh.
That was the one that I heard someone about, and I.
Huh. Gotcha. Yeah. Everybody have a lovely evening.
You too.
So yeah.
Awful stuff.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm kind of still waiting to see what I can find. But yeah, that's kind of. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's the first. That was the first one that I met. So.
Who's
John
gonna read
Smith?
the chat if Hinkle leaves? Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody have a great night.
We'll probably end it here, probably half an hour or whatever. We'll see. I mean,
Okay.
if it starts to die, it starts to die. But that's fine. Have a good night, Kevin. You gotta get your kid to bed. I don't want to. No repeat from last week. No repeats from last week.
Yeah. All right, I'll catch you guys later.
Later.
Bye.
Thanks
Bye.
for coming in. And then there was just Reed and Haley. So the museum went good today then, I take it? That's what you're doing today, right? Setting up at a museum?
Yeah, today was another day of setup. So we got pretty much everything set. It was nice. I got to take the Stay Puft Marshmallow down there.
Now, is this the one where you have the fort?
Yep. So we got the fort. Tim Brick Adventure, he has his Western. And then the Brazos Brick Club has their displays. So we were having fun doing the setup, and then we had the White House broke, so I volunteered to bring that home and fix it and clean it up. And
Yeah.
I gotta dig out the space shuttle.
Which one? Is that the big one, the shuttle expedition type thing, the bigger, taller type set?
Yeah, the one that stands up on their boosters.
Oh, okay, yeah. That shuttle expedition or shuttle, whatever. There was two of them. They had the two stickers. I got them. I got both sets of instructions. I don't have the set. Actually, that was that thing we were joking about. The last grab bag that I have not opened has parts of the boosters from that one, which is in the dark orange, that have not been put in another set since. So that'd be the only thing I'd probably want to, if I ever got to talk to my friend John about. I was like, hey, did you ever open all those grab bags? If not, I might be interested in some of that. Trade you some of my sets for some of your grab bags. Be worth an upgrade right there. Sure, that Toys R Us truck would be worth a few grab bags, both the sealed and the open one. Maybe I'll build a city one of these days. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on just if I can. I gotta figure what I'm doing with this current castle, and I'm hoping I hear from Chop here soon to figure out what's going on. I mean, I know June is still ways off. I mean, and he's somebody can build pretty quick last minute, I suppose, if he has to. So just haven't heard what's going on with him. And Ralph's working some extra hours these days too. So definitely, I know he's got something, but I don't think he's got as much as I was maybe thinking he had. So maybe some replanning, but I don't know. I'm definitely a little bit out of my element in terms of what I'm building, so we'll see. We'll see how well that goes. Rock work and some of those things are not one of my strong suits. So yeah. So you got to have motors. Is that what you're saying? You got to have motors.
I needed the battery boxes.
No. Yeah. Oh, I dropped a brick somewhere. Don't like it. Don't want to hit my leg. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is I can be able to find I have a display case at the Bricks and Minifigs, and I have my boat in there, which I'm gonna have to eventually take out and build a new boat. And it has not come out yet. Oh, I thought something hit my leg, but I don't see anything on the ground. So. It ran away. Yeah, people would laugh if I showed. I got one of my old Lego beach towels on the floor around a pillow for my footrest. I think I still have one of those. I think they did the Friends beach towel. I think I have one of those sealed somewhere. Keep coming across that guy once in a while. Ooh, yeah, I'm guessing that's where Stosh is. I think Stosh is at the Nebraska Brick Days this weekend. Should send him a message saying, Stosh, jump in. Except it's super late there now. Yeah, because you said you saw that D&D character sheet somewhere too, didn't you? Social media?
Yeah, it was floating around the social media.
I mean, what's kind of cool is it does even have a couple characters that you could almost give that to that kind of like the Chima type setup. I'll be back.
Ooh, ha ha ha. Now it's my turn to take over the world. All right, you peasants. Roll call. Who's still out there? Dragons? Dragons are coming? Dragons? Dinosaurs? And I'm going to take over, Brett. I did a video. Now you can suck it. Your turn.
I'm back. I made it. I made it.
Welcome back, sir.
So actually, it's funny as I should have just told Kevin when he was on about building sets. I have like the Emmett house from like Lego Movie 2, Lego Movie 2 sitting here in a bag. I was gonna open, so I must have thought about building it once before. So it's sitting here. But even then, it's like, God, I mean, I have too many sets built. That's the funny thing is I got sets built everywhere, and they're in bins, and yeah, it's nuts. They don't get used. I don't really use them for anything these days, unfortunately. So that's the saddest part. Is it's just stuff that just doesn't get used like it should. Trains, but then the trains didn't work for the last train show because they never got the 9-volt loop working, which is kind of wild because I thought I had given, and the one person who's that normally does the bridge section actually he's now up there in Twin Cities where Jesse's at. So someone will have to build a new bridge or something, or if he decides to dismantle it, maybe he'll have to tell me how much it costs, and I will buy it off of him, and then I just have to build the embankments. And but the other thing too is, I mean, we need to get 9-volt track on the bridge. There's no 9-volt track on there, It was copper taped track. I thought I'd actually given him track at one point to do that, but I guess it never happened. I mean, everybody's always got too many projects. That's the thing. It's one of those things where it's hard to always get stuff altered. But it was cool. It's a good bridge. I mean, crawl underneath it. I took my pads, my floor pads and stuff, and laid them on the floor. I need to remember to make sure I take them to Milwaukee. I'm taking some of his stuff too for our one collab for the WISLUG group too, supposedly. So that's gonna be interesting. It'll probably be the first show I don't actually take my cart to.
Reed, do you want me to put the chat with the Thursday crew? Want me to send out invites to the Thursday people?
Can if you want. If they want to come in. I mean, I don't know how long we'll go, but yeah, can build up the metrics a little bit. I think I'm like 100. I'm 120 view hours or 140 view hours for the last year away from getting that first stage of monetization, but I need another 350 subscribers. So this channel doesn't have as many as my personal channel does. So I was looking at Kevin and I looked at that last week when we were talking, making post show. So he suggested a push.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll probably do is give away some sets, maybe put some bigger sets on there. And then I think the one thing I did take a suggestion from him, I think for sets for people who win overseas, I'm just going to have to do like digital Lego gift cards or something. Those things get kind of expensive to ship over there.
Yeah.
Good that Kingo got that one. He might be the last one that'll get something from the collection. I mean, these I'm looking forward to using these. These should be good. I don't care how I'm going to use them. Because I do have that new roller disco that's actually going to be round. I mean, or it's in an oval, so I'm thinking these curved railings will work on the corners. And I also assume we're going to use them for if I can get some of the. I need to go back to AFOLs of Facebook and see if the pick-a-brick, see if anybody's has seen the plates, the square plates with the rounded. That would actually work good for these guys. So I could actually do like jail cells that are actually maybe extending out of the castle, like over like a cliff or something. So, hey, you get your view, but hey, you just don't want to fall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I think the next one's going to be a lot of different. It'll be a lot of snow and a lot of translucent, lots of different colors. I just kind of want to. It reminds me. I want to kind of do like with like Dave, who's been on the show a couple times. Dave O'Hare had he had a big castle many years ago that actually had rooms and stuff you could actually like pull out of his castle. You could pull out something, or I mean the ones where people have the doors that open and stuff. You can see inside. That's kind of what I want to do. But considering this is going to be multi-leveled for this year, this mock, it'd be a perfect chance to build a castle. Build a castle that's like solid. It's not like where I just drop stuff into tiled parts of a mill's plate. So that's what I want to try and do. I mean, obviously, I need to get the group collab needs to get the WISLUG group collab needs to get finalized. I need to get a hold of the one guy so I know where I'm meeting up with my module for his. And then I need to get the wiring in and all that kinds of stuff. So,
yeah,
it's one of those things where it's interesting. Oh yeah. Project support 2024. Wow, that comes up fast. So I don't know. Fun stuff. Let's see. Probably should actually update my pick-a-brick. Or update my brick link. I think where those are at. These are new. I know these are new. $5.58. So, I added a couple hundred pieces to my crazy amounts on Bricklink. Some of the best elements I ever got were in the neon orange that glowed in the dark in the 1x1 round bricks, or the heads. We had the heads in the trans neon orange was something that we got when Lego was retiring parts. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, yeah, they're retiring these elements. Which ones do we get?" And I was like, "Oh, I get those," thinking they were going to go into the pick-a-brick, and they ended up. Eventually, they ended up in the. Take that off. Eventually, they ended up in the BAM because they weren't supposed to end up in the pick-a-brick, but they ended up getting in the pick-a-brick. So, because one of our guys from out east I had bought a cup. Went back the next day. They were so cool. I was gonna buy another one, and the other kid had actually bought like 4 or 5 cups of what was left of that one open case, and I was like, I got in a little bit of trouble. I'm like, well, I thought that was for pick-a-brick.
Oh, the pick-a-brick. Oh, the pick-a-brick.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I really, because my store is an hour and a half away. I mean, that's why I really use that, the AFOLs, the pick-a-brick AFOLs on Facebook. There's a few people, obviously, that not everybody enjoys the fact that those guys are buying huge lots and stuff. But to me, it's like, it's my way of getting stuff. I mean, for anybody who can't get to a store, doesn't have a store close by, that's kind of, I mean, I could go to the store. It's an hour and a half drive. It's not like when I lived in Denver where one store is 10 minutes away and the other one's like, one's 10 or 15, the other one's 10 or 15, depending how I go, take highway around or whatever. And so to me, it always made sense that, nowadays, people will buy and you can buy from them, which is kind of nice. And I actually like that. Not everybody does, but to me, I think it's kind of convenient for the fact that, you're paying shipping, but I don't have to drive to the store, drive an hour and a half, and then realize, crap, they don't have anything I want. So pick-a-brick isn't what it was when you and I were back in the days working for Lego. So
Gosh,
coming.
brick.
It's coming back a little bit, but I don't know if it'll ever be to the caliber it was. I know what I do with my list. I had those the other day, and then I misplaced them again. So I wish Bricklink had an interface, and maybe they do, and I just don't know about, for adding items, kind of like Brickset.
Yeah.
You just type a number rather than having to enter so much information, when you find it. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. Oh, geez, the castle guy. Oh, man. There's Brett. What's up, Brett? Oh, there's a red dragon, too.
What's up, Reed? Haley?
Brett.
Not bad. I'm not watching any basketball, which is, Wisconsin's closed the gap a little bit. But, yeah. Just, kind of, like I said, I'm counting bricks tonight, and then I'm adding them to my closed Bricklink store, which the one thing that was nice about Bricklink is you could actually use it as an inventory. That's what made it so good, is you could use it for like an inventory type kind of purpose, and that's what I did. I need to update a lot of the sets and stuff that I've sold and stuff that somehow might still be sitting out there. So how's Brett tonight? What's Brett working on?
The layout, like always. I've done some up the other end that you can't see up there. Yes, Hayley, I will do a video, okay? I will do one, I promise. Just little bits, Reed. You know what it's like when you get a layout. You can't do a lot to a layout. You can only do tinkering.
Well, the funny thing is, Cheese, Wisconsin, like almost 90% of their shooters can all hit from deep. I mean, Wall would be the one guy that shouldn't be putting them up, but I mean, all these other guys, Crowell, all these guys can hit. I mean, if they get hot in the 3-point range, they could be dangerous. And if the Siege in their sharpshooter, if he plays, he's from Indiana. He's pretty good. But you know, it should be interesting. I mean, it's a game. I mean, they had a kind of a good start to the season, then kind of fell apart towards the end, and so. I mean, I'm not watching it. I've got recording it. My mom's watching it. That's what she was having problems getting it on in the one room, and so, it's sports. I mean, whoever's got the better game. If you've done a bracket this year, cheese, you know how crazy it is right now. I mean, it is absolutely anybody can beat absolutely anybody. I don't think I even had Colorado winning when they won. So. My bracket looks like Swiss cheese, probably worse than Swiss cheese. I got more red on the top of my bracket than I have green. On the bottom, though, in the Midwest, I've got Purdue won. Oh, there's another game later tonight. It's crazy. It's I don't watch enough. I watch enough Badgers to kind of scream at the TV. So. Well, yeah, but it's that time of year. Sports. I mean, women, I think, start today or tomorrow. That'll be fun to watch.
No sports.
Whoa! Where'd you get that? Have you had that all along?
No, I just bought it for my son, Reed.
Wow! Did you get a decent deal on that? I mean, because I
got a very good deal, exceptionally good deal. I was very looked after, but again. It's not really mine, it's my son's, but that one will be under strict instruction that he cannot take it apart.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good because, what's wild about that one is I had two at one point. I mean, I had one myself, but the one I had gotten like in the old days when I probably went to visit Kevin a couple times. I think I got it at the company store for like $25 or something, and I sold to my boss probably for that much or more, and he might still have it. I don't know. I should actually message him and see if he still has that sucker. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of thing. Like the first holiday train, I ended up buying two of those when they were sitting in the clearance section at the Lego store. I think I sold the one of those for pretty much what I paid, 50, maybe 100. I don't remember what it was. I paid 50 for it. I can't remember if I sold it for 50 or 100, but yeah, I mean, the early days, who knows? I mean, my goal one then was to buy and I was at home. I actually was back in Wisconsin, and somebody had mentioned it.
I didn't intend on buying that train, but that train come up, and it was a case of opportunity knocks. It don't knock twice. So I took the chance. But as I said the other week, now that he's had that, I can focus on one, getting the Snow White set, which I want myself.
Yeah.
And two, then getting that vintage medieval market that I've been talking about, because I've spent on him. He's had his. Now it's my turn. I need some more bits for the layout.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, just like you said, if you got a good deal on it, those are hard to pass up. So I mean, that's the kicker. Is it's like, just like anything else, we joke about my computer and all that, and everybody says, well, I got a haunted house sitting upstairs. Yeah, I mean, I could probably sell it and get rid of it if I wanted to, but just like anything else, I mean, some stuff do you really want to sell? Now it's like the ghost probably is yellow, so I'd have to dig through my stuff to see if I could find a ghost. But put it this way, I've got a hobby train sitting on the floor here that I need to figure out if I got all the parts for Bricklock. I got 2 agent sets that Ralph would buy at some point that I need to still see if all the parts are for that. And I'm missing some of the small Technic bags, and if I opened them, I probably used them for something. But the question is, if I used them, where did all those elements go to? So, and what's funny, even we'll laugh. Haley will like this.
The guy in the UK who wants that calendar. Don't forget him.
I was digging through one of my bins, and I was like, oh, cool. Oh, okay. This is part of what I was looking for. These are all the extra wings from the water dragons I opened, because I think each of them had like an extra wing in it, and so I found my bag with those, and whatever was in the dragon bag, all the figures from that. But I don't have the second bag, which had all the landscape elements, which is what I would need if I ever wanted to sell the stuff. Yep. It is a cool village. Blacksmith shop in the back there. It looks like, right on the left side there.
Yeah, and then Hocus Pocus behind it, Reed.
Yeah. Okay.
They do look good together.
That one I have. Yeah, that. I mean, a lot of those. I mean, I just can't. I can't keep up with all that stuff. I mean, it's to me. I mean, but the other thing too is I'm buying brick. I've got lug bulk. I actually got to drop off a check this weekend. But I mean, I've been buying brick, because I want the brick, the sets. The medieval sets, yes, I kind of want them. When will I get them? Who knows? Those I might. Who knows? I might even buy them used through Bricklink or even Bricks and Minifigs if they're cheaper. I mean, some maybe with or without the figs. I mean, that's why when we all hear when Kevin and I talk about army building. I mean, to me, I have an army. So to me, anything that requires building a, waiting for, what is that?
I think it's Bardings.
Which one?
Don't quote me on it though, Reed.
Which one?
I think it's Bardings for the horses.
Oh, yeah, that would, yeah. I mean, and I actually started making cloth ones at one point that actually were nice. Yeah, I mean, the Bardings are so damn expensive. I mean, anything now is not going to be anywhere probably as cheap as what they used to be. I mean, it's just, the cost of, making some of those elements has gone up. And so that's, and the cloth ones weren't bad. It's just a matter of making sure you have enough of the saddles to push it down so it kind of stays, or using Sauron's Tower. Is that, now, which one was the one, that was, whose was the black one that we had years ago? That was Eye
of Sauron, wasn't it?
Was that Sauron's Tower, the one that we had, the big black tower that we had years and years and years ago? I think I have instructions for it, but I never bought it. That was the nice thing about working at Lego is I learned from Hinkle. He was taking the stickers. He liked stickers back a long time ago. And so basically I saw that. Well, when we were damaging sets, I would take the instructions and I'd take, the Roar thing. Yep, Tower Roar thing. Yep, Tower Roar thing they had. It'd be nice to bring it back again. I mean, I don't know if they, as they bring back some of those bigger sets, if they're as good as the previous versions were. Eiffel Tower got better, so maybe they would. The question is that price tag also is going to go high too. I mean, the old Eiffel Tower was $150. Wasn't the new one like $400 or $500? About the value.
That's Lego all over though, Reed, isn't it? With the new sets, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm not saying it sarcastically, so I don't want it to be taken that way. Do you not think, as a fellow castle guy, you need to get Rivendell? Because I believe I need to get it, but it's just too expensive.
One of the women in our log actually had it at our last meeting. I mean, it looks good, and it's one of those things where, actually, probably what's funny is I think I kept the one small set, the real small one of kind of like the Lego early version of that kind of meeting. I think I have the real small set still because it had some parts in it that when they drafted it, I was like, oh, those are pretty cool elements. I think I had two and I sold one, but I had the one. It's a nice set. The problem is just a lot of those big sets for me. It's like 400 here, 300, 400, 300. I mean, to me, ordering $100 in pick-a-brick and stuff will happen faster than me saving the money for those bigger sets. I don't save money worth a damn. I live check to check, and all my money is in my Lego collection. That's if anybody were to say, well, sell it and buy a house, I'd say I'd love to, but just like anything else, I want to sell it for this amount, and everybody wants to pay this amount way down here. So I mean, that's the problem. And people ghost me. I had a lady who was going to buy $100 worth of stuff like a couple weeks ago, and I messaged her. We didn't meet up that weekend. Things were going on, and nothing. I mean, I messaged her again. Are you still interested? It's like, that's the kind of thing. Oh, it's the Great Eye in the movies. Yeah. That one. Yeah. That'd be a good one. That'd be a good set. I mean, chances are, a lot of that stuff. I mean, the custom ones. If you can get a hold of the elements to build it yourself. Somebody actually just built that. I think one of those too. Maybe it was Sauron. Maybe it was Tower of Orthanc. They built in Minecraft or something recently. Or maybe it was even Lego Fortnite. Somebody built one of those damn things in that. It might have been Lego Fortnite. I mean, recently I saw it on like Facebook. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I could probably even look. I might even taken a picture of it. But yeah, it's, to me, the custom stuff is kind of really where it's at. But you got to be somebody that's really kind of wanting to build it. I mean, and I built, building the sets will give you all the techniques and stuff too. That's kind of, I mean, that's why I'm taking pictures of like stuff that I'm seeing like on the Facebook and stuff, just to give me ideas for how I'm going to work my next mod. What?
The Gram's always got pictures of castle builds on. I've got about 20 people on there that do castle stuff. I love seeing the new posts. I just joined a new group on the Facebook, and it's Lego Castle Builders, and I took a picture of just a bit of my layout, and like they approved me for the group, and I think within an hour, I had 50 odd likes on like the first picture of my castle layout.
Yeah, this is for Cheese. Here you go, Cheese. If they play like this guy, if they play like a real Badger, I mean, they'd be tough to beat. But I don't think they can play that.
You do know, Reed. Look, I've got Hoosier's arch nemesis there. He hates that skunk. He hates that skunk. Hoosier hates that skunk.
Oh, skunks! Yeah, the skunks. The skunks always detected all the ninjas trying to invade the castle when I was in Colorado. I was like, I told her, the skunk's gonna, all those ninjas. Not that, I mean, all I have to do is let a big whale of stuff going through, and all the ninjas will start coughing because they'll stink so bad. But
so have you got a show coming up, Reed?
Brick World Milwaukee is about a month from now. It's actually about 3 weeks. 13th, 14th coming up.
And are you going to be doing live from the show?
Maybe a little. Well, I might have to do something during the day on the Saturday. The Friday night will depend. I'm actually rooming with one of the guys in the lug, so it'll depend on how late. I probably won't stream very late that night. So I'm hoping we're not doing D&D that week. If we are, I won't be playing. So, because that's definitely, show weekends get tougher and tougher. And if I'm rooming by myself or with somebody that's on my panel, it works. But like when I roomed with Ralph out at Nebraska Brick Days, it worked perfect. But I'll probably stream a little bit just to keep the consecutiveness of the stream going, but it probably won't be a long one. If they're playing D&D, I won't probably be able to play, because I'm guessing just when we do shows, I mean, the weekends are just, you want to make sure you get enough sleep so you're good for the, because I think the Brick World Milwaukee shows go like 8 hours, so you definitely want. Not everybody's as good at taking naps as I am, I mean,
well, you have got the tent now. You have got the tent to put up at shows.
Actually, I need to remember to take Chester. Chester needs to go this time. I need to make sure I take him and put him on guard. But it'll be I was going to take apart my castles and stuff and realize, oh crap, I got Milwaukee. And I wasn't going to take much, because I knew I was going to maybe have to transport some of the stuff for this collaboration we're doing for the group, and I am going to transfer some of somebody else's stuff. But I mean, and I haven't really planned on mine, but I'll have to figure that out. But it's, yeah. So then everything will come. No, not yet. I actually was messaging Mark to see what was going on. So I take it you're somebody who's goes to Chicago a lot then, Helena? I haven't heard anything yet. I messaged him to ask him about if I needed to actually sign up for an activity for that, and I haven't heard back. So I need to make sure I message him again, or maybe go on the show Sunday night and see Oh, that's good. Cheese, did you get down to Milwaukee? You down in Milwaukee now? Did you end up moving down? Did you get everything taken care of? Are you down there now? I mean, you were saying that was happening, so are you down there? And actually, the meeting for the chapter there would have been last Saturday. So they meet, and actually, because of Brick World Milwaukee next month. Not sure when that meeting will be for the Milwaukee chapter. Both of them might be that first weekend, Madison and Milwaukee. If not, if you're coming down there, I can definitely introduce you to everybody that's in that chapter that'll be there. So, really like Phila's hot dogs. What?
Oh, all right, Reed. I hate to do this. I'm tired. I can go to bed.
That's fine. I'll probably end it here, probably at the 3-hour mark. So I'm going to try and make another 20 minutes. You're good. Have a good night. Have fun at the museum. Are you down there tomorrow too?
Yeah, tomorrow's the opening day for it. So
okay.
I'll be down there for a good chunk. But yeah,
sounds good.
Thanks for the invite. I hope you have a good night.
Bye,
Thanks for joining.
You traitor.
I was wide awake until about 5 minutes ago. I felt like I hit a wall. I was like, oh shit. Brett's going to think I just invited him to abandon him.
That's fine. No. Well, Brett, I probably forgot to get him an invite tonight anyway, so he's usually here early. So,
hey, I don't know, Reed, you must be rubbing off on him because Timely, he's building trans-clear trains now. So
nice.
Haley, we said we weren't going to tell him.
No,
I think you showed it. I thought you showed something like that the other day.
What you're building. So I'm just saying, Reed's doing something right because. Yeah.
So cool. Night, Haley. Actually, Helena, they actually have a Portillo's in Madison now, I think, up here. So I think they built one out by our West Town Mall, I believe. So I believe that's what they did. I think so. I think I've driven by it. I'd have to look at my Google Maps, but I'm pretty sure they built one out there because I was kind of like, oh, I think that was what they were. I don't eat out a lot at the show Chicago because the problem with Chicago is if you go out during the public days, you aren't getting a spot back. So I don't generally leave. I don't leave much. I mean, those early days I'll leave, or in the evening and stuff. But I don't really. I don't eat out much. I usually bring stuff. So let's see. What is it?
Would it sound very British of me, Reed? But when I finally get to America, when I come to the shows and stuff, I'm going to be buying sandwiches. Making sandwiches before we get to any show because I ain't going to be spending extortionate dollars getting stuff at the shows when I can make stuff before we go.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I'll bring like the beef sticks and stuff from like that stuff I like to buy. What is going on with my camera? Focus, kickstart, focus. Turkey. I put my phone up there and it doesn't focus. That's okay. To me, it's one of those things where, and the food inside the hall, I don't usually buy. The nice thing is I could leave the hall and go up to my room. I'll be in the hotel this year. I got Stuart, who's I'm taking to Milwaukee, lives up in Minneapolis now. Was part of WISLUG, not part of TwinLUG or whatever's up there, and then the person I roomed with last year too, that was a friend of his from the Casey Brick Labs. I should remember this name. I don't talk to him enough other than at the shows. I would have messaged him at one time or another. Let's see here. Oh, Sean. So, yeah, actually, for anybody who was still looking for Chicago, and I don't know, I haven't looked at her Facebook. Marianne posted that she had gotten a room at the one across the parking lot. Wow, they are getting beat at half. Wow, they better have a good second half. That's fine. This year it's going to be crazy. So yeah, Marianne isn't coming this year. She had some health issues earlier this year, and she was at the Garden Inn or whatever across the parking lot. I roomed with her a couple years ago over there, and so she's not coming, so she's got a room. So I don't know if anybody was still looking. Reach out to her, Marianne Asanama. she had posted something on Facebook earlier today, but I'm guessing hopefully if somebody reached out to her, if anybody was still looking. What was that? I had some good memories. Oh, I was just
the D&D when they come out. Are you just going to buy the complete set, or
see now if I was in Colorado, I would have all that stuff where I would have the Moonlight Bowling where I could win money. I was winning money all the time. That was like I won $565 in the second game of Moonlight. I mean, to me, that was where I kind of made extra money back in the day. It was like stuff like that.
There's nothing wrong with having a little side hustle. Definitely nothing wrong, especially if you're buying vintage castle. I sat earlier this evening and I moved all my castle pieces from one tub to a bigger tub, so that when it gets to the point where I take the layout down, I can just put it all in one tub now, and it's going to be nice. Nothing gets broken or damaged. I take the dragons apart, they go into Sealy bags. The figures get separated, the weapons get separated. It's the only way to stop the gold looking stuff from peeling, is to keep it away from everything else as well.
So Cheese has got a good question about Milwaukee versus Chicago. Milwaukee is, I looked at it recently, it's 50,000 square feet, whereas Chicago is 100,000 square feet. Milwaukee's only going to be like your local people, WISLUG, so it'll be WISLUG, KLUG, BoxLug, Windy City Lug, maybe, Chai Lug. So you'll pretty much have basically Wisconsin, some maybe the Michigan Mishlug. You'll get Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan. So you're only going to get whoever's willing to travel from there that's local. Chicago's everything. I mean, largest show in the Midwest, full convention. So Milwaukee's only going to be the public day, Saturday, Sunday. The Friday we go in, we set up, and then Saturday, Sunday, public days, longer than what Chicago has for public days. And then Chicago is that full convention. So basically about 5 days. First day, Wednesday, is like your mixer and stuff like that. Thursday, Friday, presentations, workshops, convention part of it. Then Saturday, Sunday is your public days. But Chicago, you got the people come from Europe, you got Canada, you got everybody. Everybody's coming from wherever that wants to come to that one, because that's the convention. So I build MOCs. Helena, I mean, obviously you can kind of, actually my one camera there is actually, so I actually have my dice towers that are clear, of course. And my dice towers I built for, the D&D. I've got a clear, Chester's heading away. I mean, I got a clear building there that's built just out of 1x2 plates, just 1x2 plates. Any extra stuff would be used folding inwards. And then I actually, over on the couch, the rest of that 1x2 plate creation for a challenge for the group. And it was I even built the gray size base plate, which was like 3 or 4 plates thick. But yeah, I have this. This was built kind of in the sense for, kind of in the shape of kind of maybe a wolf head, badger head, for like maybe a castle out of the trans purple.
I've got a question for you, Reed.
Yep.
In that post there, Elena said, do you build MOCs or do you like to buy, sell, trade? I've got a question for you that doesn't get asked. Mm-hmm. If somebody said to you, I want you to build a MOC for me, I'll pay for it, but you've got to build it, would you do it?
Depends. I mean, it's one of those things where those are, I don't think I have the skill set to build something like that. Because perfect example is, I'm not over there with the guys doing D&D tonight, Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I wasn't invited to play. But Jesse's doing a collab for Chicago. I don't think after seeing what those guys can do with other stuff, I don't think I'm at the caliber they are to build stuff. Plus, I don't know if I really have enough elements to do it in a good style for them. I can maybe build the characters so I could still kind of throw something on there. But between what I'm doing with Chop and Ralph, and then what I'm doing with the WISLUG group, that collab with Ralph and those guys, that could end up just being a lot bigger than what I anticipated and take a lot more.
I get you. Okay. Follow on question.
Mhm.
Then it says there about buy, sell, trade. Would you sell a mock? If somebody asked to buy one of your mocks, would you sell a mock?
Maybe. I mean, it's possible. I'd have to figure out how much it would go for. I mean, basically, like buy, sell, trade. I mean, back in the days, like when Mixels, when I worked at Lego, or even when I shopped at Lego, when stuff went on sale, when Mixels went on sale and stuff, purple is my absolute favorite color. Yes, I'm building in translucent clear, but purple is my favorite color. So when the purple Mixels went on sale, I bought boatloads of them. When the other ones went on sale, I bought some of them because I was maybe going to collect the whole collection of Mixels. But as you heard from Hinkle earlier, is I was buying, like, the small stuff doesn't take up much space. So you would say, why don't you have, all these modulars that would take, you have less modulars and, may take up less spaces. They were more expensive, and so I didn't buy them. But, I bought polybag stuff, and in the end, those were easy to give away too. And that's why you see me giving them away and stuff, because I have tons of them. But they took up less space. I mean, so all my polybags fit in the space that would take up probably maybe 15 or 20 modulars. And that's it. 15 or 20 modulars, or maybe 4 or 5 of the King's Castle, which is that huge one, that huge box Falcon. I mean, it doesn't take up much space because I can stack them high. I mean, they're in really cool bins, and so they're really nice set up. But I mean,
again, I suppose it's relevant with all the talks of the show and that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, a follow-on question again. If somebody approached you and said, I want you to build me a mock for a show, like, I'm going to pay for it, you've just got to apply inspiration, would you do that as well?
Well, it depends on what it is. I mean, if it's something if it's like castle related and I can probably do a decent castle, perhaps. Problem is, just like anything else, you have to acquire all the elements to do it. And that's kind of...
I mean, I'm just talking fantasy here, Reed. Money, no object, you know what I mean? Build me a layout. But that question kind of sparked it for me, because I asked myself the same question. If somebody said to me, here, Brett, is the money, build me a layout, I would question like you, am I good enough? What sort of layout do they want? But I just think it's interesting because you never hear them kind of questions asked. And I'd imagine, like you say, there are people out there that can build to that level that probably do get paid to do it.
Well, the people who are good enough to do it get asked it a lot, and they're out there. Like Marianne, who worked for Legoland for many years, who's a model builder. That's what she does. She does that stuff. She'll do that stuff. I mean, and you're right. I was approached at one point in time, I think, when I was in Colorado. Somebody had asked, like a resort or something. I said, you know what? Let me check with some of the other guys in the group that are better at building this stuff than myself. But then again, when I think one of those builders told them how much it was, they were like, "What? No." I mean, because it's not cheap. I mean, the time
I know that.
Is really expensive.
My little layout here, Reed, you know.
Well, I mean, most people who want stuff are going to want something that's going to be for marketing for their stuff. Like someone's going to want a copy of their hotel, or they're going to want a copy of their restaurant. And people have done it. I mean, or the guys who just build, like there's a couple out on the West Coast that build the actual buildings, like the city county buildings and stuff. And if you build that, you might get approached by somebody and say, hey, can I put that here? And I know they a few groups have done that. I think Iowa Lug or one of the ones out did one year of like a science institute. I think it actually ended up being put in that place. And that was one of the brick worlds from probably about 14 or 15 that I saw was sitting. It was sitting probably near the WISLUG stuff. I mean, or somewhere, a few people have done stuff like that. But yeah, if somebody approached me, I'd have to ask them. I'd have to really think about it. Chances are I probably wouldn't want to do it because plus it's big. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to do stuff like that because some of the ones that like Colorado, DENLUG has done a couple things. Like they did the CU campus, and that one, I mean, I got pictures. I'll have to pull them out sometime. I think they're on my camera somewhere. I mean, I took probably 100, 150 pictures. And that was where the adult fans built that whole campus. They ordered parts. It was what broke the lug bolt system or the project support system for Lego, because it was just too massive. It's huge, and most of all the buildings are built with plates, built out of like colorful plates, so you get that full brick look. And it's massive and it's huge. I mean, imagine Rigney, who's now a set designer over in Europe. He built like the CU Stadium, and I mean, it was a massive project. But someone said yes, because of the timeline, they'd never do something like that again, because it was just just like the projects we do. It's just the timeline sometimes is so tight that it's just
anything you're doing would be put on hold while you're doing someone else's work anyway. So yeah, you'll always have that argument in your head. Yeah. You want to do your own stuff.
Plus, the other thing too is, if you're doing other stuff for shows, do you have time to do something else in addition to what you get? Because like right now, because of my temperature, my storage, it's hard to stay motivated out there. I mean, there's days where I get a lot done, and there's days where, like today, where I got absolutely hardly anything done. So it goes up and down. I mean, plus we got snow, so it was a little bit colder. But if I've got motivation and it's warm, like when spring hits here and we're like, and it's nice in there. Yeah, I'm gonna get tons of building. It's like Kevin, not Hinkle, but Kevin Wagner had said, like his elf thing that you see in the startup videos or the end videos. Had he only built that over the course of like a month, it probably wouldn't have been as big, might have been as good. But Kevin also has a family. He's got a wife. He's got kids. Me, I don't have either. I just have my mom. So to me, I can spend probably, like you said, counting the parts by hand. I have the time to do that. If I built like a crazy man for a couple months before Chicago, I'm gonna probably put in as much time as he put in the last 6 months over that short amount of time. And so yes, it's not going to be, still probably won't be as good as him, because I'm not as good of a builder and I don't have that skill set. But it's still going to be big. It's still going to be cool. It's still going to be nice, because I won't show off anything that doesn't look at least decent. You have to show. I mean, and the other thing about Chicago is they want newer stuff each year, and that's why Hope Castle was always getting revised every year. Little changes, texturing, whatever, just so that it looked different enough to where it met that criteria. It's already won an award there, so I'm not ever anticipating winning another award there as well. What was that? It fell off my shelf. My mom's been down there organizing stuff, so I don't know what I lost. But so it's one of those things where, yeah, geez, I haven't seen that. I had Milwaukee Museum. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that. I know. God, I can't think of the guy's name. One of the, a lot of groups build a lot of stuff. There's a lot of guys that are building like actual rail stations that exist and stuff like that. Is anyone sieging my castle? Michael Frederick forgot about Milwaukee. I don't know, and I think a lot of that stuff is already probably closed at this point. So probably not, other than maybe dragons. It is Year of the Dragon, so maybe I found my green dragons, and I got the red ones, and I got all my dragons. So it might be kind of like what I had at the train show, but at Milwaukee. So I'll bring my bin of all my dragons and stuff and see, maybe do something like that. All my clear panels for elevating. I was doing hinges too, so I had the brick with a hinge, and so I had dragons that were going down, and I had dragons that were going up. So we'll see. And actually, with that, for everybody's, the Bricklink designer program does have a set of siege equipment. That one, I definitely am probably going to want one or two of that one when that opens up in February of next year for stuff. So I'll probably end up wanting to buy a couple of those. And so, as you're saying, Brett, certain things interest me more than others. I mean, it's, I like all the medieval stuff. I just can't afford it all. And I can't sell fast enough to get that money to buy it as it's coming out. Like the D&D set, I'd probably love to have too. But like I said, I'm trying to pay off Lug Bolt first and foremost. And I've obviously refunds coming and stuff, but there's just so much out there, and that's kind of the kicker. And then the CMFs are coming, but I don't think they're coming till the end of the summer, so it gives me more time to save. But Yeah, and there's another buy-sell trade coming up that's up in Green Bay coming up here in a month or two, and it's kind of, isn't molded. So, I mean, to me, I've got, and I've shown it off. I mean, I got tons of panels and tons of stuff because, like I said, I bought enough stuff over the years that I have tons of stuff. It's just one of those things where how do I use it? How do I build it? The clear castle was meant to be more for like World of Lights, cool and clear and ice, and so in the end, it's something that's hard to get away from, and Hinkle will give me crap if it's not. I mean, he mentioned that last week. I don't know if he did it live stream or post show, but when I showed off the stuff, he's like, "That's not clear." And so, yes, it's, some of the stuff I'm doing now has got to be a mixture of everything, and it would be hard to do a full underground in just clear. Plates, 1x2 plates of Lego made 4x6, 4x8, 6x8, 6x12 plates in clear. I'd probably have to make a video on YouTube of just praying to a Lego brick or something and just be like, because I would be in heaven. I mean, 1x2 plates take up a lot of time, and those need molds because they just, or technically the way the castle is done in the past where they drop into Mills modules, they need to be built with a mold. Now, if I build the new one for this year, if it's going to be standalone and maybe just a few sections drop, might not need to be a mold, and that was kind of, as long as nothing's going on the inside, if they just drop on top, they'll be fine. The first castles, the Campbell Brothers, Brick World 2012, first Brick World I went to, each had a medieval castle, and they had like 1,200 figures between the two castles fighting a battle. Epic. I mean, I've got pictures somewhere. I'll have to bring them out one of these days. But they could take their castle and just pull. It was all brick though. They could just take it apart, layer after layer after layer, just pulling stuff out. Oh, here's the dungeon. Here's the kitchen. And that was cool. I want to do that out of the clear, but I couldn't do it because to build something like that slid in. Bricks are one thing. They stay together. They stay solid, and they're straight, just the way they are with the studs. But with the plates, they would tweak a little bit, so I couldn't do that. My first version fell. So, but yeah, so it's kind of and for theme incorporation that year, all they needed was one guy pointing to the sky and having an asteroid right there, because the theme in 2012 was the end of the world. And if they'd have been fighting and had one guy pointing to the sky going, dude, I mean, this battle is absolutely worthless. We're all going to be dead here in about a half a second. Would have been absolutely epic. I was like, that was what they needed. So, but Mark of Fallwork from Lego Master, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's oh yeah, yep. And when people say about that show, I mean, a lot of those guys are like way advanced. I mean, I had Dark Ages of a 20-year gap, so my skill set dropped. Plus, I mean, to me, when I was a kid, I didn't embrace the theory behind force fields. So when I built spaceships, they were enclosed. I didn't think of the fact of like Star Trek where you have force fields protecting stuff. It was like, it had to be solid. My guys, they wanted the air tanks off. They had to be in an enclosed spaceship. So they were kind of blocky, but still cool. I got pictures from when I was a kid, but they're all blurry because I didn't learn how to take a picture very well back in the day. So, no. Well, there we go. Ralph was obviously watching a ball game earlier with his dog. So, about an hour ago. Let's see, how's my team doing? Is it still halftime? It's still halftime. That's halftime, I guess. I don't know. It's my bracket's getting massacred. So, yeah. Fun stuff. I don't know. Probably going to end it. I've kind of been on this long enough. And, so we will end this. Thanks everybody for showing up. Like I said, as we approach 3/12 in the month of, I believe, May, I will be giving away stuff each week, and we'll be trying to push for probably trying to get to at least that first level of monetization, possibly the second. First one's 500 subscribers, and my viewership has to go up a little bit. I mean, I'm thinking about, for the full year, I think about 140 hours shy of the required 3,000 or something viewed. So that's what we'll be pushing for at some point. Everybody have a great weekend. Keep building. Like I said, next week, it should be back to it should be normal for the next couple weeks. And like I said, for Milwaukee, I'll have to do probably a shorter show that week, but maybe try and go live on Saturday or something. Or depending on how long the public days, maybe see if anybody's streaming early in the afternoon, jump on with them. So everybody have a great night. Time to find what video I'm going to use to exit, kill the music so I don't have double music, which would be very entertaining to see. Here we go.